the big SANFL game, North Adelaide versus Central District, and there's a lot on this game tonight. The bounce will go down. Chris McDermott directing his charges in the centre square there with Richard Gerke. In there's Gerdam, and up they go now, the big fella Arnold against the player there in Herbert. Herbert's been impressive this season. They fall on top of the footy right in that centre pitch area, working hard both sides there, and nobody will get out with that, I don't think. I think the umpire will have to come in. Yes, he does. And he rushes in and puts the old arm up and says, I'll have to ball that down. Players very, very desperate. Scotty Stevens on the wing for the Central District side. Geez, exciting. Umpire Vickers once again. Blows time off now. In it comes big Herbert once again against Damien Arnold, of course, Port Pirie born and bred. Out it comes. Arnold got the tap. Cook couldn't get it. Now it comes out to the Central District player back there. The player was Cotter at centre half back. He drove it towards centre half forward. The Roosters players back. There's Brenton Phillips. He gets tackled. Can he get away with it? Play on, calls the umpire. He's still trying to get it out, Brenton Phillips. Gee whiz, it's hard and tough in there, and the umpire has to once again, he's given a free kick to the Roosters player, and he got hit way over the head there. That's Brenton Phillips, the veteran. As we said, he's a magnificent player, has been for a long time. The Magarey medalist a couple of years ago, of course. Drives down to centre wing. Parker's up high. Couldn't get the footy, though. Out it comes now towards Central District. They'll rush it out. That's Arnold. Gets a quick handball towards the player in Gerdam. They can't get it away now. They're rushing hard. Here's a player. Gets it out. Pretty hard to pick up. Comes towards Jew. Jew got it onto Stevens. Stevens drove towards centre half forward for the Doggies. In front, the Central player. Here's Herbert. At the back, yes, Herbert's got it now. Tries to handball it away towards a player there in Ebel. Ebel can't get it, though. Coming out beautifully is Hicks. Over the top. Here's a chance now for the Central District player in Holm. Holm fires on that southern goal, and he's put it through. The first blood to the Central District Bulldoggies. They've got 1 goal, 6 points. North Adelaide yet to score, and gee whiz, they showed some teamwork out of the centre. I think, in fact, it was Timmy Cook got it out over to the player there in Stevens, who was loose on the centre wing. They'll have to tighten up on him, and Scotty Stevens got it over, and a beautiful play to Holm, and Holm kicked from 45 metres out straight through the hay diddle diddle.
And Hicks was put down pretty hard there behind play, but a goal there to Central Districts, 1 goal straight, as Richard Williams now prepares to put the ball down. Up they go. It's Arnold against his opponent there in Herbert. Here's a chance now for Central Districts through Stevens. A long left foot kick up towards centre half forward. Up they go. Nobody marking the ball. It stacks on the mill. No, eventually it's coming out there to Centrals. No, it's not. The umpire will call for it and ball it up around about centre half forward. Central's going into attack. Waiting for the central umpire with the ball. In there too is Herbert, and so too is Arnold. It's Humphreys to bounce the ball down at centre half forward for Centrals. Up they go. It's taken there by Centrals. Trying to break through was the Roosters, but no, players
She's tough and tight.
Can't go any further than that centre half forward.
Free kick.
And players are getting thrown out of the play, and it's taken there by Phillips. Phillips drives it towards that centre wing position, but the umpire's whistle has blown. In fact, the ball will have to go back, and once again it will be taken there by the Roosters. Roosters at centre half back. Now, where's he going to go? It's Phillips.
Yep.
With the ball, he gets the lead right in the centre of the ground. In fact, he sends the ball around the wing position, punched further afield here by Centrals. Here's a chance for them to come through hard. They can't. Ball stack on the mills there, and the umpire will call for it once again and ball it up in the centre of the ground.
We've played 4.5 minutes. SANFL Football League action here, as the umpire now to put it down is umpire Richard Williams, very experienced umpire. In fact, he's umpired AFL, I think. Up it goes. Big Herbert got the tap beautifully. Nobody can get a decisive kick, though. Now working hard at the bottom of the pack's Gerke, and he'll get a free kick for a trip. And Richard Gerke, who has done extremely well this season in the handball, he's had 93 for the year. He'll go towards centre half forward now on the outer side, looking down there for the player. I didn't see who that was, but North Adelaide got there on the run now. Here's Hodges. Hodges goes in tight. Here's Piker. Piker couldn't get it for the Roosters. Comes over the back. Easy goal there for the Roosters. She's through, and that's a good goal to Troy Lehman, I think it was. No, it wasn't. We'll have to just pick that player up. He's very, very happy about what went on.
Jeffries, I think.
Glenn Sanford, yes it is. It's Mark Jeffries at centre half forward, looking over the back of the pack, roved it beautifully, and she's all tied away after the 5-minute mark. Central District 1 goal 6, North Adelaide 1 goal 6 as well. And this is 5CS football.
Your choice for sport. 1044 5CS.
JT Johnson & Sons Kapunda is the team to see for good prices on all types of hay. They're manufacturers of quality stock feed products and are your local exporters of hay products. Call Simon or Peter for an offer.
It's tied away, 1 goal apiece here in the league footy game as we see the player there in Daniel Holm already kicked a goal for Centrals, gets it down towards the player there in Cotton. Cotton gets it back now to a teammate. He goes in towards centre half forward towards Cook, and the Clare lads got it. Timmy Cook kicked 5 goals last week. He's got it about 45 metres out from goal, just about directly in front of that Southern goal or the Lions Footy Club end, and Timmy Cook will look to put the Central District Bulldogs in front. Settles down, doesn't take a lot of time about it. Comes in that left foot. It's a good raking kick usually. He's kicked a beauty, but it's a beautiful distance. But the North Adelaide supporters tell you with a bit of a boo or a clap, and it goes to the right-hand side of the stick, and it's the first behind on the scoreboard tonight. Central District 1-1-7, lead North Adelaide 1 straight goal. We've played 7 minutes.
Howard to bring the ball back in. He's getting the lead from the grandstand side here at Memorial Oval. Which side will he go? He comes straight in short and finds his player in Lehman. Lehman quickly back there. Oh, they've lost it. They've mucked it up. And here's a chance now for Centrals to pick the ball up. Lehman is back in there, fondly putting the ball along in front of him. Can he pick it up? No, he can't. Here's a chance for Centrals. Once again, it's taken here by the Roosters, and they break clear. McDermott sends the ball into the centre of the ground, out wide, and players getting up there can't mark the ball. Play on, says the umpire. Oh. Centrals go into attack once again, and it's been taken here by Cook. Cook onto the left boot, drops it in short, and a good mark and a free kick has been taken there by Stevens. Quickly on to a teammate in Cook. Is it? Jimmy Wind has kicked the second goal for Centrals, and they move on now to 2 goals, 1 to North Adelaide, 1 goal straight. That was quick play.
It certainly was. The thing was, it's very tough in at the packs, but as soon as both sides get it out, their running game really takes play, and it was terrific stuff by Central District. They've been into attack about 3 times and they've kicked 2 goals. 2-1-13 the Doggies. They lead the Roosters 1 straight goal 6 as we see the umpire Andrew Vickers. He'll love coming up here for a bit of a trip as well. He's going to go bang now. Richard Gerke in there. Big Herbert against Arnold. Herbert took the ball out of there, doesn't know what to do with it. Now gets it towards Squire. Squire will rush it on for the Roosters. They're working hard in there. Lehman's in there as well, but well done Central District. That was good play by Cotter again at centre half back. He got it towards centre wing. Working hard over there is the player for Central District in Steinburner, I think. He worked hard, they piled on top of him, and the umpire rushes in once again on the outer side half-forward flank for the Bulldogs. Central District looking pretty good in these early stages of this game. We've played 9 minutes of this first term SANFL football from Memorial Oval, Port Pirie.
And here's the bounce down on that centre wing position with the central umpire in Vickers. There's the bounce, high into the air it goes, up go the ruckman, and in fact it's been thumped over the line by, I think it was Cook there on the left hand, put the ball over on the centre wing position, Memorial Oval, Port Pirie.
He started pretty well, Timmy Cook. He's kicked 5 last week and he started off well this week.
There's the ball into the air. Ruckman set themselves, a fair bit of jostling. Here's a chance for the Roosters. They work the ball forward, but coming out there was Cotter. Can he pick the ball up? He has it and sends the ball back towards centre half forward. Up they go, over the back is the play. Here's a chance for Centrals. They've got the running game going. In fact, it's Wind again. Can he screw it back? Yes, he does. And there's the second goal in the matter of about 2 minutes to James Wind for Central, and they move on now to 3 goals 1. 3-1-19, leading North Adelaide 1 goal straight, 6 behind.
They certainly run the ball extremely well, the Central District Bulldogs, as we see the interchange players, all 3 of them coming for a run around the boundary line now. And we also mustn't forget our sponsors, the SANFL, the North Adelaide Footy Club, the Central District Footy Club, Club, JT Johnson and Sons, Elders Merchandise, MGA Insurance Brokers, just part of our great sponsors for this evening. Up it goes again. Arnold gets a tap for the doggies. Here's Herbert, tries to get onto his boot. He's a bit slow. Gerke working hard, tries to get another one of those handballs out of the centre square. They'll dive on it once again. The umpire will have no hesitation in coming in and saying, I'll have it, boys. MGA Insurance Brokers at Port Pirie and Clare as well, of course, Clipsal, Gerard Industries and the Port Footy and Community Sporting Club. And for all those interested, tonight after the game, the presentations will be held at the Port Football and Community Sporting Club. Big Herbert gets a tap this time. He's being held, I think. Yes, he is being held. And big Lucas Herbert, ex-Glenelg, Chris McDermott got him to come over to North Adelaide, and he's been an important player. He'll go wide. Oh, Gerke's out there on his own if he can control the footy. Well done. He did that well in opposition there to the player in Steinburner. And Richard Gerke's got it. Goes towards the scoreboard pocket. Here's Parker. Parker out in a long lead. Good mark. And that's what they want from their full forward, to lead. He'll go from the 54-metre mark. How's that for exactness? He goes into the square. Big Sanford working his way in position. Over the back. Good mark. Carberry or Peck. It's big Stephen Peck. Yes, he's taken a good mark. He's been named at full forward tonight and he's taken a great mark there. Sanford, I called that he worked his way to the front of the pack, but Peck didn't have any trouble with 4 or 5 players. Worked over the top of the pack, took a great grab and held onto it. The ball's not very slippery if he can do that. Was a great grab. Stephen Peck now. He's only played 1 game, so you can't have much less than that, can you, Ray? And he comes now. He's on the edge of the 10-metre square, directly in front. Important kick. This will put North Adelaide back to within 7 points of the Bulldogs. And he comes, takes a bit of deliberation, but he's popped her through the middle. At the 12-minute mark, North Adelaide moved to 2 straight goals. That's 12. And Central District are 3-1-19. And that was a great passage of play and a good mark by Peck. He's only played 1 game. He looked like a veteran, though, Ray.
He did, Fred. It's interesting to note both sides, once they get the ball out in the open, they both look very good. But the play, they're trying to bottle it up, and which is fair enough. Nobody can get the advantage. But gee whiz, they're moving the ball very, very quickly.
Now, Chris McDermott once again pointing and prodding to say where you should go. He's certainly a general out there, and he's played plenty of games for the Adelaide Crows, Glenelg, and now for North Adelaide, of course. 282nd game tonight for McDermott. Umpire, there is Humphrey Williams, it was, bounces down. North Adelaide got the run of the ball again. Here's McDermott. He'll farm out a handball. Does so to Gerke. Ducked his head. Play on, called the umpire. And now one of the, Jimmy Wind it was, said perhaps that was holding the ball, umpire, but the umpire always has the last say, and he said, I'll bounce it down, boys. Central District 3-1-19, leading North Adelaide 2 straight goals, 12, in a great clash of league footy here at Port Pirie's Memorial Oval.
And there's the bounce down in the centre of the ground again. It's picked up there by Arnold. He sends the ball forward. Here they go, Central Districts out on the lead there, and a good, was it a mark to Cotton? No, play on, says the umpire. Here's a chance now for Centrals to pick it up. Oh, has to handball it away quickly. Play on, said the umpire. Picked up there by McGowan. McGowan drops the ball in short. Should have been marked by a Central player. It's a chance here for North to clear. They do so, and the ball goes over the line and out of bounds, and it was Jeffries there sent the ball over the line and out of bounds for North Adelaide. But should have been taken there by the Central's player, only about 25-30 metres out from goal, and the player was Coffey.
Yes, and it comes from the boundary umpire now in dangerously close to Central's goal if you're a North Adelaide fan. Tapped down by Coffey, working hard at the bottom, Pax Cook. He gives it over there to the player in Holm. Holm's been a good player, and he's certainly a bullocking type of player. Gets in and gets a hard ball, and it's out on the full, I think. Yes, it is. Now the fullback, I think it might be Rod Saunders back there. Pretty hard to see. By gee, it is, isn't it? Great minds think alike, Ray. He comes now with a long kick. He'll be looking for Big Herbert. He'll get himself in front of Girdham. Or stood up, giving him a push, said the umpire. And Roger Girdham, the skipper for the Doggies, comes out with it. Waste no time, goes towards Coffey at centre half forward. He dropped a sitter. Here's Timmy Cook. Farms it out now towards Steinburner, is it? I think it is. Works hard towards the pocket. Working hard in there's the Central District player. Couldn't quite get it. North Adelaide working hard, and they will get the resultant free kick in that back pocket. Way over there in the pocket. He goes towards half forward flank there. Over the top, beautiful play towards Squire, the Port Power player. Oh, he controls it well and dishes out the handball to McDermott. Another one hand over the top there to Hodges. Hodges out wide to Gerke. Gerke in short towards Parker. He can't quite grab it. Yes, he can. The umpire paid it. Gee whiz, he couldn't see it, I don't think, but he's paid it, and Brendan Parker's got on the half forward flank. Drives towards the area of Sanford, and Sanford's got it 49 metres out from goal. ball on the northern end. North Adelaide are kicking. He'll go short now to Peck, or is it to Squire? He's got Squire, and gee whiz, Squire's benefited from all those weights that they do at Port Pirie. He's certainly built up a big shoulder area there, and that's what they concentrate in AFL footy as well, of course. Damien Squire, Squizzy he's known as, he's about 45 metres. He'll shoot now with that left foot. Loves that left foot. Ignores a couple of leads there from Piker. Comes in, important kick once again. So Doggies by 7 points here. In he comes, good looking kick. That's straight through the middle. No doubt about that at the 15-minute mark. Damien Squire gets his first, and North Adelaide's third, and there's a point in it. Central District 3-1-19. North Adelaide 3 straight goals, 18, and this is 5CS football.
On and off the field, the only way to win is to work as a team. For over 75 years, the Clipsal team has been working hard here in South Australia, making a winning range of electrical accessories. Just like the North Adelaide Football Club it proudly supports, Clipsal maintains its winning edge through hard work and...
Into attack here, up towards centre half forward, ball taken here by Gerke. He gets a long hand pass across to a teammate right on that far side of the ground. McDermott sends it around the centre wing position, but Upton taking a good mark at centre half back. It looks as though it was Cotter. Harada it was. There's the ball around the wing position and Stacks on the mill, and the umpire will call for it and ball it up. Michael Humphreys it is. Score 3-1 Centrals, North 3 goals straight.
It's a long way away out there, Ray, that's for sure. You're handing over to me. Thanks very much for that.
The younger eyes.
Good evening to everybody in Adelaide or the surrounding districts listening, of course, wherever you may be listening. Hope you're enjoying the call, and we can bring you some great call of the footy here tonight. Big Damien Arnold will get the resultant free kick out of the ruck on centre wing. Outer side of the oval now. He goes in short, looking for the player in Daniel Holm. He's been in the play this evening so far. He's got it now towards centre half forward. McDermott pointing and once again showing, oh, he slipped over there. The player in Coffey, I think it was, out there, but he got the short pass away, and he'll take the mark. Outer side flank on the runners out there, giving a few instructions to one of his players. Goes in long now. Oh, nobody there but Parker. What's he doing back there? He's at full forward, isn't he? Parker got a beautiful handball out to the player there in, is it Squire? No, I don't think it is. Might be Saunders back there. He comes wide. Here's Scotty Lee for his first touch tonight. Oh, gee whiz, that's very unnecessary. And there could even be a report out of that one. And Scotty Lee is running down. He knows he's going to get 50 metres, does Scotty Lee. That player was Jeffries coming. Here's Parker going to have, and it's all on. It's on. There's a box on here on the half-forward flank for the Central Districts. They're all having a bit of a go at the moment. Brendan Parker came in, had a go, but she'll all sort herself out. Meanwhile, Scott Stevens has got a 50-metre kick, and he'll kick from the 50-metre line.
Freddie, it was interesting to note that last bit of play. While the ball was on the other side of the ground, Lee took his opponent in Jeffries right up to that half-forward line, and when North Adelaide went to bring the ball back out of play, his player in Jeffries slipped back to the forward line. He was virtually looking the other way and allowed Lee to take a good mark, and I think a little bit of frustration by the player there in Jeffries that awarded the 50-metre penalty and that little fracas.
Yes, well, there it was. Now, Scotty Lee, what's happening? Is there a blood rule? There's a blood rule. Jeffries is coming off, and the player going back on there is Benny Casey, of course, the Peterborough lad, Ben Casey, will come on for the North Adelaide Footy Club. I think Scott Lee will have a kick. The umpire's got no idea what's going on at the moment. They're having a bit of a discussion. They, in fact, might have reported somebody there, I think. And it's going to be a 50-metre free kick, and it's I wouldn't mind buying land off of him because that's a magnificent 50-metre penalty he's given to the Central District player in Scotty Lee. Very experienced. I think it showed the experience too, because Scotty Lee kept creeping back towards the goal. He certainly did. 45-degree angle, 35 metres out from goal, we'll call it. Can't quite see the 50-metre line. Scotty Lee, of course, one of the initial squad members of the Adelaide Crows. He should put this through for the Doggies. Does so as it comes back a little bit. Yes, it's through. Scotty Lee gets it. I think he's going have a bit of a word on the boundary line to the player there that flattened him, and Central District's moved to 4 goals 1. That's 25, leading North Adelaide, and the scoreboard attendants are going to put North Adelaide up there, but it's not, fellas. It is in fact a goal to Central District, and North Adelaide stay on 3 straight goals, 18. There was a bit of a word there from Scotty Lee to the player on the boundary line, but Scotty Lee's put through his first. We've played 20 minutes in this first quarter. You're listening to SA NFL footy action. Now we see umpire Vickers back in the centre once again. Now what will happen now after that bit of a fracas? Anything could happen here, but I think they should concentrate on playing the ball. And he comes now to bounce it. Bang, down it goes. Big Arnold against Herbert once again. Got out there beautifully by the little player for North Adelaide in Morton. Morton gets it over to Sticks Phillips. Phillips goes towards full forward. Oh, the player nearly fell over trying to mark it. Here's Scotty Lee back here once again. Working hard to Harada. Harada taps it on to Lee. Lee with all his experience around the boundary line in front of our commentary position. Beautiful kick to Girdham, and Girdham's got it. He'll go on to Stevens. Oh, he's under the pump from McDermott. Got it away well, though. Here's the big player there in Conway. Conway with a left boot, but Saunders has got the sit on the footy for the Roosters. It's on centre wing. Also working hard is Cotton. Cotton got a beautiful handball there. Oh, the player in Wines dropped it, but now it comes out towards Craig Cotter. He gets towards the half-forward flank. Oh, good mark, Gerke nearly. Play on, that's Davis, in fact. He got it onto Gerke. Gerke with hands, slick hands too. Over the top comes to Little Morton, the Fitzroy player, ex-Fitzroy player, I should say. He gave it to Troy Lehman, and Lehman will be caught holding the ball. Good decision, umpire. The Central District players were straight on it, and big Damien Arnold will get the free kick from centre wing.
Arnold drops it in short there and finds his mate. It looks as though it is Wine, is it? No, it's not. It's Girdham. In fact, another 50-metre penalty. The umpires are not going to let this one get out of hand. 50-metre penalties, that's 2 in the last, 3 to 4 minutes. Here's Girdham now. He drops it in short. He gets the lead.
Yes,
and, in fact, it's Cook.
I think it might be McGowan this time, eh?
I think it is. He's right at centre half forward, and Ricky McGowan, the vice-captain of the Central side, and that was bad play by North Adelaide. Nobody checked him whatsoever. He's getting leads right, left and centre there. In fact, he's going to back himself. He thinks he can kick it. In comes McGowan. No, he goes back, takes a couple of paces back. Now, there he goes. Slowly, deliberately. The drop punt, it's on its way, it's high into the air, it's going to go close, and what is it? It's a goal. Yes, Ricky McGowan. There's the goal kicked by the vice-captain. No, it's not. He's not vice-captain, is he? I've just brought him up in the world.
You certainly have. Looking at the scoreboard at the 22-minute mark. Central District 5 goals 1, that's 31. North Adelaide 3 straight goals, 18. And gee whiz, that's 2 goals. It's a 2-goal turnaround, more or less, against North Adelaide.
That was too easy, Fred.
Undisciplined play by the Roosters, no doubt about that. This is an important game for both sides. Down she goes in the centre again. Arnold and Herbert go at it again. Arnold got it once again. Girdham's working hard with McDermott in there. And the players scruff it up. They have a bit of a bear hug of each other and sort each other out now. No worries, he says, the player in Matthew Jones there for Central District. I'm not causing any trouble. The umpire once again will ball it up. Down she goes. Big Herbert and Arnold once again. Herbert uses a body. Arnold gets in front. Herbert could have taken it. Gee, that's a dreadful mistake. Now it comes towards the player in Jones. Gets it out towards McGowan. McGowan working hard. Now Phillips. Phillips, good hands. Out wide now. It comes towards the player in Lehman. Lehman got it on towards Squires. Oh, there's a player flattened behind the play, but it doesn't matter. The play went on. Beautiful kick. Piker's out there. Can he control the footy? No, he can't. Central District. Here's Lehman. Runs on goal at the northern end and pops it through for a point. Well, Lehman ran on the footy very hard there, but a bit of a wayward kick in the end. That's the North Adelaide's first behind. Central District 5-1, 31. North Adelaide 3-1, 19. We've played 24 minutes in this great game here in Port Pirie. Great for the country areas to see SANFL footy coming out.
Now Central's to put the ball back into play. A left foot kick coming right down the centre of the ground. Up they go, and it's going to be a mark there to Conway. No, play on, said the umpire. Taken there by Morton. Morton sends it towards his teammate in Parker. Can't mark the ball. It's onto the ground. In fact, a free kick has been picked out, and the ball will be taken here. Is it McGowan? Yes, it's Peter Green. Green gets the ball across towards the centre wing position, far side of the ground. There's a chance for Wine. Can he pick the ball up? And here's a chance for Centrals to go into attack. That may be Steinburner over there. It's a chance now for Herbert, loping back into the back line. Can't pick the ball up. Here's the little fella for Centrals. Caught, drops the ball. Play on, said the umpire. It's been picked up there by Central Districts. They have a shot at goal right in that dark pocket, and 1 point is the result.
I think that might have been Peter Green down there, but I'll pick him up for you in a minute, Ray.
It's 5 goals to Central.
Oh, they put up a goal for
and North are 4 goals 1.
Out he goes the outer side. Brenton Phillips taking the kick in on this occasion. Goes long looking for Herbert. Good play, the Roosters at the base of the pack, but Central District all shepherding for nobody there. They all thought the other bloke was going to go in and get it. Danny Morton threw himself over it, but it's been a free kick to Central District. He pulled that one out of the pack, but there must have been there. He's a lot closer than we are. Here's Green once again, I think, who took that last snap on goal. No, it's not. In fact, it was the player in Matthew Jones. He went to the pocket, and a good mark down there by the player in Jared Cotton. Now Cotton in the pocket, right in the forward pocket on the outer side of the oval. And he's going to line up from about 45 metres out from goal. 5-2-32 the Doggies. The Roosters are 3-1-19, and we're into the time on period first term.
And here's Cotton onto the left boot, and it looks pretty good too. Yes, she's all through the high diddle. And there's the 6th goal on the board for Central Districts. They move on to 6 goals 2, North 4 goals 1.
Yes, it's certainly exciting sort of football here at the moment. There's great run-on play by both sides, hard in the clinches, but they certainly, once they get it out in the open, they do extremely well. Great to see such a packed crowd here too. The grandstand's absolutely full, and it was interesting to see a lot of supporters from Adelaide coming up to visit Port Pirie and to see their each side do battle. In it comes now, once again, Andrew Vickers will go bang. We've got the old...
Peck's there.
Peck's in the centre. I lost my train of thought when I was wondering what this idiot was doing down alongside us. Should concentrate on the football, Freddie. Here's McDermott right in the clinches. Too high, was it? No, it's to me, said the umpire. He's getting plenty of advice from the boundary line as the umpire, but umpire Vickers says, I've got control out here. Give us a footy, Chris, and he does. Now what's happening? The blood rule, and the coach will have to go off. So Chris McDermott's going to have to come off with the blood rule. He's going to come and have a check. Yes, he's going to go off. He doesn't agree with him, but he's got to go off with the blood rule. And, Chris, you've got to do what the umpire says. There hasn't been an umpire change his mind in history. So we look at the scoreboard. 6-2-38 the Doggies. They've had a good first quarter. North Adelaide 3-1-19. A couple of undisciplined plays there by the Roosters have given goals to the Doggies, and Central District have certainly capitalised on that, as we see the player in Darryl Wintle coming on as Chris McDermott, who's a little bit disgusted about the situation by the way he's walking off. He'll have to sit down in the dugout and have a good think about it, because he's got to lead the way as a coach. Umpire Vickers once again is going to do the deed. Ball it up. Now we've got Sanford in there against Arnold on this occasion in the ruck. Arnold, Sanford didn't watch the footy. Arnold got it easily. Now it comes down towards the Central District play. He couldn't get it. Oh, through hard went Scotty Stevens. Here's Morton, is it? He goes in towards full forward, up in front Parker, and Parker's got another grab. 45 metres out from goal on a 45-degree angle. Good play by little Danny Morton that was to get it out. And, well, the ex-Fitzroy player has certainly added some bite to the North Adelaide running brigade. And we see Brendan Parker coming in to have a shot on goal at this northern end. Not much time to go in this quarter. 6-2 the Doggies. North Adelaide are 3 goals 1.
Now Parker lining the ball up. Lining the goals up, running in. There's the kick. It's on its way, and there's no mistake about that one. And that brings North Adelaide right back into the game. Now they move on to 6-2 Centrals, and it's North Adelaide 5 goals 1.
I think you're right. The scoreboard are getting a little bit confused at the moment over there.
I'll have to write them down, I think.
That's for sure. The ball's being relayed back to an important goal for North Adelaide there. Umpire Vickers determined to send Chris McDermott off with the blood rule. He did so, and it could have unsettled him, but they've run it in and got a goal. Now we see the umpire, Michael Humphreys. Comes in to bounce the ball once again. Big Peck's in there against Arnold. Arnold's clearly won the rucks tonight. He gets it on towards centre-half forward, tap to Jones. Jones around his body. Nobody can get a decisive kick away now. Morton's working hard for the Roosters in there. Scrubby little kick by Central District comes towards Green. Peter Green gets it out beautifully. That's Damien Hicks, in fact. He got it towards full forward, battling back hard. There is Hollett and Coffey, and Mark Hollett put it over. And the umpire said deliberate.
Yes.
Well, gee whiz, you see them paid sometimes. In fact, I can see Peter Green running around in the tracksuit on down there, so I don't think it was him. And Grant Coffey will get the resultant free kick. Mark Hollett will be penalised. Formerly of Wirabra, of course, Mark Hollett. It doesn't matter where you're from. If you put it over like that, the umpire may penalise you. Grant Coffey went out to the Barossa Districts last year for a game. He's come back to the Doggies this year. Comes in, he's tucked in the pocket. Not a bad-looking kick. Oh. I think he's threaded it. Has he? The umpire says 2 fingers. Yes, he does. 7th goal to the Doggies. Central District 7-2. That's 44. They lead North Adelaide 4-1-25. SANFL League action. Can't be long to go. We've played 30 minutes of this first term. That was a good move.
It was a good move, Freddie, and probably bad play there by the defence. Well, if you give away a goal, it's bad play in anyone's language, isn't it?
Gee, kicked it from the right pocket too, and with his right foot, and threaded it through the eye of a needle. Thank you very much indeed.
Richard Williams to bounce the ball in the centre of the ground, and it's the young fella Stephen Peck up against the experienced Damien Arnold. Ball high into the air. It's Peck gets the ball down. Here's a chance now for Centrals to go through Cook. Up towards centre half forward it goes. Punched away. Taken here by 44. Is it Cotton? There's the ball into the forward pocket position. A left foot snapback has been marked there by Damien Hicks. Damien Hicks, Freddie, I think he's been the player that we've been talking about for a little while. We've been calling him someone else, but he's been quite mobile around that centre half forward position.
He's leading the marks in the league, and he took another one there.
He did it well under a fair bit of pressure too, as McDermott comes back onto the ground.
Gee, they've got to settle now, both sides working hard, but they've got to settle. As we see, Hicks comes in now, extremely confident about kicking it, and he has, I think. The umpire says no. He says it's a point. Well,
hey?
I don't know. He looked over the top of his head, and he says it's a point. So Central Districts gets another point. They move to 7-3-45. North Adelaide 4-1-25. Now we've got Rod Saunders on this occasion to kick it out. They're taking in turns down there, confusing us. Saunders comes wide towards Peck. He's in the box seat. Oh, brushed away by Hicks once again. Working hard back there was a player for the Roosters in Davis, the corn lad. He gets it over to Coach McDermott. Dropped there by Gerke. Now working hard to Scotty Lee back there, I think. Now in goes Scott Stevens over the footy. They all jump on top of it. And once again, it wasn't in fact Scott Lee. It was Daniel Holm who kicked the first goal for the Bulldogs. Umpire comes in and says, once again, I'll have to bounce it, boys. The runners are working overtime out there. And he comes once again. Now we'll have young Peck once again, only playing his second game. There's a bit of an argument going on here between two players. And that is Tim Davis standing on his man, Damien Hicks. Umpire eventually gets around to bouncing it. Peck and Arnold. Arnold's battled manfully in this first quarter. He's rucked the whole quarter. Down it goes. McDermott's working hard for the Roosters. Also Phillips in there. The player in Hicks also puts his body over the ball for the Doggies. And it will once again be a ball up. 7-3-45. Been a good first quarter of footy. That's Central District score. North Adelaide 4-1-25. And... well, we've played 32 minutes in the opening term league football action from Port Pirie's Memorial Oval.
There's the bounce down again. It's taken there by Arnold, but snapped nicely by North as they run the ball out. Taken here by Morton and hit over towards the centre half forward position. Kicked off the ground there by the Roosters as they go into attack. Here's a chance now for, or can they play it? He's pushed Casey in the back, says the crowd. Casey it was, but the umpire will throw it in.
When in doubt, throw it in, please, umpire.
Here's the ball into the air. High into the air it goes. Arnold gets the ball down. It's a chance there for Wind. Arnold has the ball back. Here's a chance for North Adelaide. Now, can they break clear? Taken by Lee. Lee sends it out wide to that central wing position, and a good mark has been pulled in there by Central Districts. Jones. And there's Jones's kick, but the siren has sounded, and that's the end of the first quarter here at Memorial Oval in Port Pirie, with Central District 7 goals 3-45, leading North Adelaide 4 goals 1-25.
Stevie Wright, of course, for the Bulldogs, and Chris McDermott for the Roosters had to say. Now, virtually, well, there is no wind. The windsock straight opposite us on the centre wing gives the indication there is no wind, and we're ready to start the second quarter. The umpire holds it aloft. The Bulldogs by 20 points at quarter time. League footy action from Port Pirie. The umpire holds it aloft. Down he goes, and it'll be Peck once once again combined, or against Arnold, I should say. Comes McDermott. He got a bit of a push, it helped him. Goes towards centre half forward. Piker's at the back. Up he goes. Good grab, Simon Piker.
That was a good mark.
It was. He set himself. In fact, the player that he set to go up on his back wasn't actually there when he got there, but he still hauled himself into the air. And much like you did in your heyday, Ray, and he's got it. Number 8 for the Roosters. He's at half forward, and gee whiz, after 30 seconds of this second quarter, North Adelaide will get a much-wanted goal if Simon Piker can kick it straight. He favours his left foot. They're always deadly, aren't they? In he comes, look at that, straight through the hay, diddle-diddle. It's a goal. 30 seconds into the second term. North Adelaide get their 5th. Central District 7-3-45. North Adelaide are 5 goals won. That's 31 on the scoreboard here at Port Pirie's Memorial Oval. And, well, you couldn't get it much quicker than that, Ray.
Well, North Adelaide, they made it look easy coming out of the centre that time. McDermott, and a good mark, easy mark, taken there by Piker, and made no mistake about it.
Of course, McDermott's only played 281 league SNFL games. He wouldn't know much about it, would he?
Here's the bounce down in the centre of the ground. It's Peck up against the big fella in Arnold. There's the chance now for Centrals to go into attack, but the ball has been taken there by Morton, and the umpire will call for it. That's Michael Humphreys, and ball it up in the centre of the ground once again.
One player that hasn't been able to get into the game for North Adelaide is Shane Hodges, playing on a wing, number 21. He's had a pretty successful season so far.
There's the bounce down again. Up they go, and it's Central District's winning the tap down. Here they try and force the ball forward. They can't, and will be Stacks on the mill once again, is it? And Humphreys will call for it, and is still in that centre position of the ground.
7-3-45 the Doggies. North Adelaide 5 goals won, 31 and behind play. There's an argument. There's 3 umpires on the ground. They should be able to do it. It's up Central District's end, so we'll see what happens.
I'll watch this.
Righto, in it goes now. Central District in towards the forward pocket, but nearly a mark to Davis. He dropped a sitter. Hicks is his opposition. Mark Hollett's got his head down and bum up. Gee whiz, it hurt him too, because he wasn't real compass there for a while. There was a big argument up the Central District's, the northern end, or the silo end of Memorial Oval. Brenton Phillips still having a bit of a how-do-you-do with his opponent down there, but the umpire has no alternative but to come in and once again ball it up. Umpire Richard Williams on this occasion. Once again, down she goes. Peck used his body beautifully, worked his way in front, got out towards Hollett. Hollett will get it. Yes, taps it out now, but it'll only come towards Central Districts. The player there is Cotter. Ooh. Craig Cotter. Gee whiz. It's willing, isn't it? There's no doubt about that, as the players fall over the top of each other and then scramble out to help each other out there a bit. A couple of pats on the bot to Graham Kellett there of North Adelaide, and the umpire once again going to ball it up not far around from our commentary position. Umpire Williams. Here's Peck. Now, nobody got the decisive tap. Came towards the player there, and Hicks once again. Working hard, Steinburner. He'll open up the play. Gives it over the top there to Craig Cotter. Cotter fires on that northern goal, but he's way over to the right-hand side. Only a minor score to the Doggies. 7-4-46 Central District. North Adelaide are 5-1-31. Now, we're going to have Rod Saunders on this occasion to kick it out. They're taking in turns just to confuse you and I, Ray.
Thank you, Fred. So, wouldn't take much confusing. There's the Saunders, and he finds his man too in Phillips. And Phillips at centre half-back. Looks for the lead, and will bring the ball straight up the centre of the ground. It's on the wing position. The good mark has been paid this time to the big fella and Sanford. Sanford with the ball, handballs it on towards Phillips. Phillips now sends it out wide, looking for his teammate, and a good mark has been pulled in right in front of the grandstand at Memorial Oval. And it's Hodges. Hodges, he's got a lead in short there. He drops it in neatly too. It looks as though it's Morton, and it is Morton who takes the ball. Danny Morton from Fitzroy. There's loose men everywhere. He's got his pick, and here's a chance now for Lehman. Lehman marks the ball, kicks in towards goal, and 1 point is the result. So North Adelaide move on to 5 goals 2, Central's 7 goals 4. They did it easy going into the scoring in that time.
They certainly did, because there was loose men everywhere, as you said. Kicked out from full-back by Central District, spilled out the outer side there. Big Herbert's under the pack. They throw themselves there desperate. Now North Adelaide coming out. Here's Parker. Parker straightens up and kicks it in short towards Morton. Morton gathers it beautifully. Turns on a halfpenny bit. Now he gets it over there towards Gerke. Gerke towards centre half forward for the Roosters. Here's Hodges in front. Good mark, Shane Hodges. He's got it, well, he's 60 metres out from goal. He'll be looking for somebody to kick it to. Gets up fairly slowly. Shane Hodges, I just called that he should get into the game, and he's had 2 kicks in 2 minutes. That'll be right. Now he's looking short here, is he, towards Gerke? No, he offers him, but he thinks he can kick 70 metres. Or 60 metres. Anyway, he's a long, long way out from goal. Comes in. Be a good kick if he can get it right in there. We'll look for the high flyers. Parker from the side. Up they go. Arnold's there in front as well, and the players there for the doggies rush it through for a behind. North Adelaide's third. 5-3-33, trailing Central District 7-4-46. We've played 5 minutes. Second term league footy action from Memorial Oval, Port Pirie. Now, who's going to take a turn at kicking it out? Looks like it might be little Timmy Cook back there.
He's a left footer.
Yeah, well, he is too. I can tell. I think it might be Tim Cook. We'll call it Tim Cook anyway. He wants a kick as much as anybody. Goes towards centre, back towards Big Sanford and also Harada and Conway. Now it comes down to Scotty Lee on the left boot. He's forced to go on. Coming towards a player in there and kill it for North Adelaide. Oh, back there's Davis. Now he taps it out the corner lad. Here's Phillips with his experience and Davis. Davis scrubs it towards the boundary line. Hodges can't quite get it. Right in front of our commentary position, centre wing Memorial Oval. And there's a bit of a roar. I thought there might have been another fight. We both looked around for the fight, but it's only the people in the poor man grandstand giving a big yell to their respective sides. In comes the boundary umpire to throw it in. Arnold and Peck. Now they work hard. Here's Morton at the bottom of the pack. Beautiful hands to McDermott. Gee whiz, that was quick. McDermott onto the right boot. Now towards centre forward. Oh, standing up well. But was a Central District play. Comes to Squire. Handballs to Gerke. Gerke gets past Stevens as though he's going past, I don't know what. But anyway, goes to centre forward. Here's Piker. And Piker's marked it. And Piker got that quick goal 30 seconds into this quarter. And now he will shoot on that southern goal once again. Number 8, Simon Piker for the Roosters. And gee whiz, as I said,
their work rate, Fred.
They certainly have. The little hands are coming out of the pack. McDermott must have revved them up at quarter time. Simon Piker playing his 41st game tonight. In and out the side. He's in the reserves 1 week. He's in the league the next. But gee whiz, he's got a chance to prove himself here tonight. That left foot, 50 metres out from goal. Coming back with the foot. It's a good kick. It's a goal. Another goal to North Adelaide. They move to 6-3. That's a 39. They're only 7 points behind the doggies now, who are 7-4-46. And this is 5CS football.
Elders Merchandise are specialists in crop protection to maximise production. See Craig and Mark at Elders.
Getting a free kick here. He's lifted his game in this second quarter. He heard Fred, got it across to Saunders. Saunders around the grandstand side of Memorial Oval here in Port Pirie. Here's a chance for North Adelaide again. Throw the ball away there through Squire. Squire gets the ball, loses possession of it. Taken there by Morton. Morton back to Squire. The umpire's whistle has blown. And what's happening, Fred?
Well, the umpire says you ran over the boundary line. He tried very hard to keep it in, but he couldn't do it.
There's the boundary umpire about to put the ball back into play. It's Herbert up against Arnold this time. Up into the air it goes. It's Arnold that gets the tap down. Here's a chance now for number 3, Steinburner. Steinburner sends it into the centre of the ground, and the captain has marked. Girdham plays on immediately to Stevens. Onto the left boot, up towards centre half forward. And it should be a good mark taken there by North Adelaide at centre half back.
Davis has got it at centre half back for North Adelaide at the 9-minute mark. It's only 7 points of difference. Central District in front. Davis goes towards the centre position. Good mark back there by the Central District player in Geister. Geister now onto his left boot. Fairly awkward. He gets it towards Davis once again, and Hicks. Oh, Davis, another good mark over the back. And good evening to Quorn. This is where Tim Davis is from Quorn, of course, and he's only played a handful of games. He goes wide now to the player out there. He in turn goes inside to McDermott. He'll be looking for the handball. He showed a bit of dash there, McDermott, after a 240-odd game. Goes up towards Sanford. He can't work his way in front, being held out of it. Here's Scotty Lead for the doggies. Across the centre circle there now to Girdham. They've got the run now. Can they get the loose man? Comes out wide here towards his teammate at full forward. Working hard back. There's 2 players. Here's Conway and Cotton, Jared Cotton, the Port Pirie player, working in front of him. Handballs over the top. Oh, they're all there. The Roosters have got the numbers. Here's Davis. He'll go over the play to Hodges. Oh, watch out, Jane Hodges. He's been barreled by Scotty Lee. We're working hard at the footy and the body. Well played there. Comes out towards Scotty Lee now. He kicks it towards the pocket. Hollowed over the back will punch. Working hard back there's a big fella in Peck. Can he pick it up? Oh, he does well for a big fella. Long handball. Watch out, you're in trouble, Troy Lehman. Back to Peck. Gee whiz, he'll have to use all his skill here. Lehman got it to the feet, and in fact now they couldn't pick it up. McDermott getting up, very disgusted with that, and Jimmy Wine will get the free kick for a shove in the back. He's at centre half forward for Central District. Goes in. Oh, nobody's on Hicks. Oh, gutsy effort there. Troy Lehman did it well. Gets over towards Ebel. Ray Ebel gets it out now towards Phillips, and the veterans got it in the clear on the half-back flank. He goes to centre wing. The player over there is Gerke, I feel. Gerke's got the footy centre wing in front of the windsock that is dead limp. He goes wide now. That's Squire, in fact. He goes long with the left boot. I could pick that to Parker, and Parker's marked it nearly down at Port Broughton. That's where it looks like. Anyway, it's a long way away. He'll go towards centre half forward. He's having a look to see what he can do. Dummies around the player on the mark. Did that too easy. He'll go for goal now. Goes in. Where's the high flyers? Here's Piker. And Piker marks it. Once again, right in deep. And a good mark by Simon Piker. No, it's not as big. Lucas Herbert. They were both down there, and Herbert worked his way into front of the pack and took a good mark. He's been a good pick-up for North Adelaide. Gee whiz, they did that well. And this is Troy Lehman's goal for that defensive mark. Gutsy sort of a mark right back in the other defensive pocket, the opposite end of the ground in front of the scoreboard. And Troy Lehman, gee whiz, it was a gutsy mark. Big Herbert now. He's come over from Glenelg this season. Glenelg, I should say. I always get told off for leaving the L out. Glenelg this season. And he comes. Looking to put North Adelaide 1 point behind. From 10 metres out, I think he's shredded over the umpire to run a long way. And I think it might be behind. It's a goal! She's a sausage. No doubt about it now. The umpire puts the two fingers up. And at the 12-minute mark, Central District are 7 goals for 46. 1 point game in it. North Adelaide 7-3, 45. Gee whiz, it's good footy, and Troy Lehman deserves a big pat on the back.
It's interesting to note, Freddie, all the back men ran up and congratulated their players up the ground as they were waiting then for Big Herbert to put that ball right through the middle. Is the ball to be bounced back in the centre of the ground, and it's Big Arnold up against his opponent. Is it Herbert? No, it's Peck in there. There's the bounce down in the centre. Up go the tall timber. It's Peck gets the tap down. Here's a chance for North Adelaide, but taken here by Centrals. Onto the left boot. McGowan high into the air. Up go players. Nobody breaking away with the ball. Eventually it's Callett onto the left boot, out wide. Here's a chance now for Stevens and McDermott. Stevens has it. Collared beautifully there by McDermott, and the umpire, the ball has gone over the line and out of bounds, and a throw-in will take place.
Right over there, long way away, the outer side of the ground by the windsock. It's a point to Central Districts at the 13-minute mark. Second term league football action from Memorial Oval, Port Pirie. Hope you're enjoying the call. In it comes from the boundary of Arnold. Gee, hasn't he put in a sterling effort tonight? Gets it out towards a little Cook. That's Timmy Cook, of course. Good evening to Peter and Lynn, and also Colin over there at Clare, and Cook couldn't get it away. They scrub it out towards the boundary line on that outer side, and once again the boundary umpire will come into play for a throw-in. Gee whiz. Good sort of footy now. It has been a good game. Under lights here in Port Pirie. No dew to speak of and no wind. 1 point in it. Central District in front. We've played 14 and a half minutes in this second term. Now comes in from the boundary throw in. Tapped down by Big Arnold there. They fall on top of it once again. And another bounce down will result from the umpire on this occasion. It's umpire Michael Humphreys, who is officiating tonight with Andrew Vickers and Richard Williams. Hope you got your trannies on here at the footy as well. Up it goes now. Umpire Humphreys throws it up. The big fellas fly once again. They're working hard. Here's Lehman. Lehman inspirational back there in that last result in that last goal. He goes to centre half forward. Here's Parker. Parker now go towards an opening down there in Casey, the Peterborough boy. He's got it. No, he hasn't. He's spilled a sitter. Should butter up and does. Oh, good stuff, Benny Casey. Kick a goal, son. Goes long, and he's kicked a point by the look of it. He did extremely well there. Dropped the sitter, butted up for the second one, ran on goal from 45 metres and missed. It's dead even here at Port Pirie's Memorial Oval. 7 goals, 4 apiece. The Roosters and the Doggies.
Now it's to be brought back in by Central Districts. And which way are they going to go? The full back and trying to pick him up. Which one is kicking in. In fact, he came out to the square, went back, and now he kicks it in, and it's going to be an easy mark taken here by Holm. Holm on the half-back flank position, looking for somebody to hand it off to, takes his time into the centre of the ground, and the ball has been picked up there by, it looks as though it's McGowan. Onto the left boot it goes once again, high into the air. Here's a chance now for Jared Cotton, and the ball, in fact, a free kick is being paid here in the back to Callett, and Callett will take it right in front of our broadcasting position. A left footer once again is Callett. Up towards, it looks as though it's all Central Districts there. Over the back, here's a chance now for Morton. Morton on to Hodges. This is good play, North Adelaide. They get it back to Morton. Morton on to Casey. And here's a chance. It's a goal coming up. A goal coming up and kicked there by Parker. They did that so easily, did North Adelaide. They ran that ball beautifully. This is 5CS football.
Not all crop insurance policies are the same. MGA Insurance Brokers have designed a crop policy to meet the special needs of the farmer, with cover not found in standard policies. To get the best value for your dollar, call your local MGA Insurance Brokers office for an obligation-free quote. In Port Pirie, contact Terry or Graham on 8632 5588, or in Clare, get in contact with Brian, Kim or Chris on 88 422 400.
That's what I want. That's the thing about me. The thing about football.
Central District's deep into attack here at Port Pirie Memorial Oval. Davis back there for North Adelaide, just as a little kick. Hollett tries to keep it in on this occasion because he got pinged in that first quarter, and it's out over the boundary line, near side to the gate where everybody came in tonight at the northern end of the ground. North Adelaide are 8-4-52. They lead Central District now 7-4-46, and we've played 16 minutes second term. Thrown by the boundary umpire. Well done, Grant Coffey. Running on the ball is Hicks, but also the North Adelaide defence there, standing up firmly. Goes out wide towards Lehman. Also back there is Morton. They're two important players on the Roosters side. Morton scrubs it out, but only as far as Scotty Stevens. Stevens, a beautiful handball back to Jimmy Wind. Wind goes towards centre half forward where Coffey gets the mark and takes the easy mark at, gee whiz, he'll kick from about on the 50-metre line. Long way out from goal, but he's kicked plenty of these in his time, has Grant Coffey. As I said last year, went out to the Barossa and Districts League, had a year out there, year or two in fact, and now he's back to play his, he's played 158 games. So he's pretty experienced, and he's going to kick to put the scores level once again. And he goes, it's high, wide and handsome, right into the goal square. Where's the big flies? Punch away by the defence. Here's North Adelaide punching it out wide was McDermott, the coach. Here's Lehman once again. Morton and Lehman really coming into the game in this second term. Central District worked hard back there. Wine's in there also. Now here comes McDermott for the Roosters. Long handball out wide there. Gerkie's gone. Play on calls the umpire and throw it in fact, as the ball is rushed out of sight in front of the scoreboard, which reads North Adelaide 8-4-52, leading Central District 7-4-46. There's a goal in it at the 17-minute mark, second term.
There's the throw in, and up go the big fellas, and right over the back, chance there for McDermott. Can't break clear. Here's a chance for North Adelaide to go in. Central District, in fact, can pick it up. Yes, they can through Cook. Cook now onto the left boot, screws the ball back into the full forward zone. Up there is Hicks. He was being held. Play on, said the umpire. So too was the North Adelaide player. They eventually worked the ball out. Picked up here by Coffey. He can't break clear. The ball's held to him, and the ball will be bounced down at centre half forward. Central District's going into attack. North Adelaide 6 points in front.
It's interesting to see the coaching staff are in the back of a ute. Now that's the coach's box. Stevie Wright sitting in some chairs in the back of the ute here at Port Pirie Memorial Oval behind the dugout.
There's the bounce down, and up they go on a big thump forward, but taken here by North Adelaide through the player in Saunders. North Adelaide worked the ball forward, and good play that time through Peck. Peck moves the ball out, looking there for Parker. Can't find that player. Picked up there by Cotter. Cotter gets the ball over, looking for a teammate. Looks as though it's Wind. Back to Cotter. In towards the centre half forward, looking for Coffey. McDermott thumps the ball away. Casey. And here's a chance for Casey. Casey now gets the ball on further afield. Taken there by Gerke, is it? In fact, it's gone over the line and out of bounds in front of the windsock, and the ball will be thrown in once again.
Yes, it's very interesting because the bike track, the asphalt just on the side, and the players aren't real keen about throwing themselves at that, that's for sure. Boundary umpire throws it in. It's a goal to North Adelaide. 8-4 plays 7-4. We're getting well into this second term now. Down it goes for Central District's advantage. They're trying to push it their direction. Working hard's Timmy Cook in there. Ricky McGowan's in there as well. But also the player there for North Adelaide is Richard Gerke. He is also working hard, and the umpire comes in and says bounce it down again. Chris McDermott, geez, had a few handballs tonight, but it's very interesting to see the running players getting into the game for North Adelaide. They've lifted their tempo, as Ray called. Here's Gerke from the boundary throw in, from the bounce down in fact, and Gerke gets too high and will take the kick half-back flank for the Roosters. He's trying to look for somebody further afield now. Good long kick towards Sanford. Can't really get in the game. He's been shoved out of it. The umpire says no, and it's taken a mark to Harada. Brian Harada comes wide. Over the back is Saunders, back in for his first game for a fair while. Oh, kicking in danger. Play on called the umpire. They battle hard. It comes over towards our wing. Here's Hodges. Oh, it's out of bounds on the full, and that'll be against North Adelaide, I think. Yes, it is.
That was unlucky, Fred.
It was very unlucky, but it was dead right. And here's Jared Cotton, who's been to Melbourne and back. His frequent flyer points would be all right. He's a Port Power player as well. Play on called the umpire. He gets around Parker very easily. Goes with his left foot now. And his teammate at Port Power in Squire came in and says, how do you do? Up in front was the North Adelaide defender, couldn't do it. Here's Phillips, what will he do? He's experienced. Oh, they fell all over the top of him. Play on called the umpire. Ooh. That's nearly out of bounds on the full in Central District's favour again. No, it wasn't. It was Jimmy Wine, in fact. It was really wouldn't know whose it was off of there. But the boundary umpire says it is only over for a boundary throw in. 8-4 plays 7-4. North Adelaide in front, close to half time. The big tap. Central District would dearly love a goal now. It's deep in their attack. Oh, gee whiz. Protect the player going for the ball, says the umpire. And he says too high. Bretton Phillips, what a veteran. 208th game tonight, as well as games in the AFL, of course. He comes out with it. He played for Essendon and Brisbane, and he'll go long now. Comes towards this near side wing. Big Sanford trying to work himself in front.
That should be a free.
Yeah, certainly should, Ray. Well called, and Sanford was caught out and gave away a bit of a silly free kick. Here's Hicks once again. Played a good first quarter. Now he goes long towards full forward. Coffey. Oh, there's a bevy of red and whites back there. Big Peck put the hands up, couldn't get it. Here's Sanford now. Now he's going to get a touch. Goes out wide towards Hodges. He's really coming to the game in this second term, and Shane Hodges gets it on the half-back flank, bordering on the pocket, in fact. Goes long now. Should have hurried it up, perhaps. Here's Parker and Sanford, two big men for the Roosters. Tapped away beautifully there by the player in green on this occasion. Scotty Lee couldn't, it wasn't, it was Steinburner. Gee, they look alike. He couldn't get it. And once again, the boundary umpire will come into play. Right in front of our commentary position. A packed house here. It is a good crowd at Port Pirie Memorial Oval. 1 goal of difference. North Adelaide in front. Comes in from the boundary umpire. Gee, Coffey got him. No, Arnold got himself in front. Here's Timmy Cook. Oh, dummy. Well beautifully. Now goes into full forward. 1-on-1 back there. Coffey and Hollett. Here's Jimmy White at the back. He got flung off the ball. Play on, said the umpire. Cool head back there by the player for North Adelaide, Ebel. Ebel goes towards his coach, and why not? He'll get a game doing that. And Chris McDermott's got it. He'll come wide. Danny Morton. Gee, I'd like to have $1 for every kick he's got this quarter. Ex-Fitzroy player goes long now. He'll have to set it up for somebody. Goes long looking for Sanford and Parker. Oh, couldn't quite get it, but here's Hodges down. Also the Central District defenders work hard, and good play down there by the Central District defenders. Kept the ball in the area, didn't want it to get away from that, because North Adelaide had players running and working hard back there. Was Paul Geister was one of them, and also Roger Girdham, the skipper for the Doggies, in there. They're on the half-forward flank for North Adelaide. They lead by 6 points.
Bounce down as we await the umpire to put the ball into air. There it goes, high into the air, and a tap down that time by Arnold. It stacks on the middle again. Arnold throws himself, so too does a couple of North Adelaide players. In fact, there's stacks on the middle, and the umpire will call for it and once again ball it up. It is 6 points the difference in favour of North Adelaide, and about 23 minutes have gone into the second quarter. Once again, Vickers to put the ball down. Bounce down. Up they go into the air. It's Arnold gets the tap down, but no, not a decisive one. Eventually it's picked up here by North, and it's taken there by Gerke, but it's Central's coming into attack. Everybody misses the ball. It's handball away there. Here's a chance for North. Another handball along the ground. Oh, it's taken here by Holm, trying to force the ball forward. It's a chance now for Wind. Can he break through? Picked up here by Hoggett. Hoggett onto the right boot, but kicks it straight to the opposition, and the ball has been taken there by Girdham. Girdham on centre wing for Central Districts to drive Centrals into attack. McDermott telling him what to do. There's the ball up towards centre half forward. Thumped the way there by Peck. Chance here for Stevens. North Adelaide work it out beautifully. Taken there by Gerke. Gerke on the left-hand pass. Gets it across to Lehman. One bounce and then kicks it. Runs the full distance up towards the full forward zone. And nearly a mark there to North Adelaide. Punched away. Here's a chance for North to pick it up. Try to handball back over. Calling Dr. Casey. He's in there. Can he get it? No, he can't. And the ball will be bounced at centre half forward for North Adelaide.
We've played 25 minutes in this second term. League footy action from Port Pirie. North Adelaide 8-4-52. Lead Central District 7-4-46 by a goal. Umpire Williams comes in to put it down. It's deep in North Adelaide's attacking zone. And both sides battling manfully in this second term. Big Herbert tried to get a tap out. Arnold over the top, I think it was. Working hard there, Holman Lee. Working hard also for North Adelaide was Morton. And, oh, gee whiz, it's nearly a gravel rash once again as the ball is forced once again over the boundary line. And the boundary umpire will come into play right in front of Port Pirie's Memorial Oval Soldiers Memorial Grandstand where Jack Sutter's listening to the game tonight. Up it goes in. Way they go with the Girdham. Girdham got it back to Geister. Geister towards centre half forward, only as far as Troy Lehman. And Troy Lehman's had a bevy of kicks in this second term as well. He's at centre half forward for the Roosters, looking for somebody. There's plenty of leads coming. Now he's going to go in long. No, he's not short. Good looking kick, but it's cut off beautifully there by the player in Girdham. He got it all kicked in mid-air by the big fella back there in Jew. McDermott tries to stretch out. Here's Holm. Holm will get on the left foot, kicks it in. Good little kick around towards Cook. He has to stand under it, but he marks it. And Timmy Cook, the ex-North Clare man, has got it on the half-back flank for Central Districts. Looking now towards centre half-back. Going in. They all turn around to try and get the footy. Oh, well done by the North Adelaide player. Here's Lehman. Look at the dash. Over the back, gives it to Phillips. Phillips will set something up. Brenton Phillips towards full forward. Here's Big Herbert on his own. Up he goes. Oh, he could have been paid. In fact, he has been paid. A push in the back. And big Lucas Herbert will get the resultant free kick.
Easy free kick, Fred. Easy free kick.
Nearly got it. It was soft. It was soft, really. Don't you think?
It was a margarine free kick.
Very good, it was. One that's been sitting out the fridge for 2 days too. Anyway, big Lucas Herbert's got it, and he can put the Roosters 2 goals in front, nigh on half-time here at Port Pirie. Hope you're enjoying the call wherever you are. Pretty difficult under lights to call a game of footy, but
especially in that pocket.
Well, it's very hard to see. It's a long way away. We're situated in the northern forward pocket or forward flank, and this is opposite to us. And he comes now. He's taking a lot of deliberation, and gee whiz, he's nearly gone to my place to run into his mark. And he comes now. He's taking a lot of deliberation, but it's very important that he kicks a goal for his side. In he goes. Will he make the distance? But it's favoured to the right-hand side. He made the distance all right, but it's offline. North Adelaide 8-5-53. Lead Central District 7-4-46 to lead of 7 points, and we're well into time on. Now, I think it's Stuart Dew back there. I've worked out who's kicking out now, Ray. Stuart Dew for the Doggies. Kicking out, taking plenty of time. The defence is there, the zone defence. Now he goes towards Big Peck and also Arnold. In front was Geister. He couldn't get it. Working hard there is Morton. Once again gets it to Sanford. Quick hands to McDermott. No, it's not Squire. Squire run onto his left foot and boot a goal, I think. Yes, he has. The Rooster supporters really erupt here in the grandstand, and they move to 9-5. That's 59, of course, leading Central District 7-4-46, and Squire showed a bit of toe there, Ray.
He did, Fred, and it's been an excellent quarter by the Roosters. Their short game, their running game, their handball has been excellent, and they've certainly left Central District flat-footed in this quarter.
They've kicked 5 goals in this quarter, North Adelaide. They've actually kicked 5 goals for
Central's one
behind, and that is the change in the game. In it comes the centre once again. Umpire Humphreys puts it down. Oh, Peck wasn't in it, Arnold, but Arnold tapped it to Peck. Thank you very much. In there working hard's McGowan. Haven't seen much of Ricky tonight. Out it goes towards Gerke. Oh, he threw a fist in there, somebody. Couldn't pick it up. Don't want to pick it up, and out he comes. Gerke wasn't real happy about it. He's thrown a couple more. Will the umpire give a free kick? Yes, he will. Stupid play there by the player in Peter Green. Only been on the ground 10 minutes. He's given away a free kick. Centre half forward. Up high is Parker. Parker. Oh, wasn't paid. Play on, called the umpire. Scotty Lee batted up the best for the doggies, but only kicked as far as Peck. Peck played with it to see what name it had written on it. Now it comes towards Phillips. He's working hard. Oh, good play by Central District's half-back line as they force it beautifully down there. That's, well, I don't know. Thank you, Steinburner. And a free kick goes to North Adelaide, though, as the player was pushed out by Jimmy Wind. And the player there is big Ray Ebel. Ebel gets it now, comes out wide to Davis as a siren sounds for half-time as the mini-leaguers come onto the ground. And gee whiz, there it is. Half-time, North Adelaide lead 9 goals 5. That's 59. They lead Central District 7-4-46. And this is 5CS football.
On and off.
Important quarter is always the premiership quarter, as they say. The team that wins the third quarter quite often wins the game. It's into the centre of the ground. Ray Kerr.
And here's the bounce down, put down by Michael Humphreys. It's Peck up against Arnold, and it's Peck gets the tap down. It's a chance for North to go into attack, taken here by Centrals, and umpire Humphreys will call for it once again right in the centre of the ground and bounce it down. Ricky McGowan trying to win a free kick, or asking about weather conditions, I think, in the centre of the ground at the moment. There's the bounce down high into the air, and it's Arnold gets the tap down this time. It's a chance for a breakaway. No, once again the umpire will call for it, and a ball up will take place in the centre of the ground again. Gerke was there, and so too was McGowan. They were the people that were holding on to the ball.
Big Peck's battled manfully in the ruck for the Roosters.
There's the bounce down, and it's Arnold thumps the ball down, picked up here by Gerke. Gerke's kick is high into the air and up and under, that time by a North Adelaide player. Couldn't bring the ball down, and once again the umpire will call for it and ball it up, still in that centre wicket position.
Certainly is. Both sides battling hard to get the first advantage out of this centre position, but they can't get it out of the square. Umpire Humphreys once again, bang, goes down into the turf. Big Peck managed to get the kick to Morton. Morton towards centre half forward. Big Sanford got pushed out of it. Play on, called the umpire. Sanford butters up. Beautiful handball to Morton. Morton got it on to the player in Parker. Parker to Squire. He fires on that northern goal. Up there's Piker and Herbert. Also back there for the Central District player is Harada. They can't get it before it goes over the boundary line, just around from the time clock, right in the deep forward pocket for the Roosters. They lead 9-5-59. The Bulldogs are 7-4-46, and we've played about a minute of this third term. Boundary umpire now throws it in. Good high throw too, gives the big fellas plenty of chance. Sanford takes it out there, kicks on goal, touched over there by the players. Here's Herbert. Can he get his foot on the ball? Also back there is a player in Parker with a left foot snap. He's put it through. It's a goal to the Roosters. They draw first blood. 10-5-65 North Adelaide. Central District are 7-4-46. And Brendan Parker, number 7 for the Roosters, Ray, if you can't find in your budget, brings up his third goal. Good quarter, or good play there in the start of the third quarter by North Adelaide. Gee, they got some big fellas up forward now. They've got Parker, Sanford, Piker and Herbert all playing in those key attacking roles for North Adelaide. Back it comes into the centre. Umpire Williams on this occasion about to bang it down. He's had AFL experience. Up it goes now. Big Arnold. Gee, he's done a good job for the doggies too. It goes to Central District's advantage. The player there in Holm got it on. Also towards the player for Central District in Jones. Matthew Jones gets it. Now it comes to Cotton. Cotton puts it on his boot, but it's gone to the right-hand side, and it's only a minor score to the doggies. That's their second since quarter time. 7-5-47 Central District. North Adelaide 10-5-65. We've played 2 minutes.
Rodney Saunders to bring the ball back into play. I think Freddie right up there in the full-back position. Jared Cotton shouldn't have missed that one. Put it onto the left boot, running into an open goal and straight through the behinds.
He was a little bit rushed on that occasion and got barreled as he kicked it, and just enough to put him off.
Saunders now. Which way is he going to go? Grandstand side or the windsock side? He's a little bit undecided. He's up and down, forward, back. Here, there's the kick. It's on to the right boot, in towards centre half back, straight down the centre of the ground. Here's a chance now for Centrals to bring the ball and go back into attack. They send it out towards the half-forward flank players racing for the ball in
Gee whiz, be careful. That asphalt looks fairly dangerous out there.
It does, and the player ran the ball right over the line and out of bounds, and that was McDermott. The boundary umpire to put the ball into play in the forward pocket position. Central's going into attack. High into the air it goes. It's Arnold against Peck. Peck thumps the ball forward. Here's a chance now for Central Districts.
Green.
Can they pick it up? It's Green. It's onto the ground. Picked up here by Hollett. Hollett now with the ball into the back pocket position, but Stacks on the mill, and umpire Humphreys will call for it and ball it up forward pocket position for Central Districts.
North Adelaide by 18 points in this third term. Very important term for both sides. Central District supporters willing their side on. The umpire puts it down into the ground. Bang it goes. Up it goes, the big fellas. Back there is Peck, I think, working hard for the Roosters. Here it comes now. North Adelaide scrub it around the outer side. In there working hard is Holm. He gets a long kick towards the point of the square. Up they fly. The defenders tap it down and through for a rush behind to Central Districts. That's their second this quarter, and well, they move to 7-6-48. North Adelaide are 10-5-65, and just the difference saw Central Districts down there for the last couple of minutes. They've only kicked 2 behinds. North Adelaide have only had 1 attacking move, and they kicked a sausage roll. Here's Saunders going wide now to McDermott. Gee whiz, he was making out having a drink, and he just walked in and got the kick easily. In the back pocket now, the coach for North Adelaide. Davis is caught behind Green. They both mark it, and Green will get the kick because he's in front. Oh, gee, give it away. He has given it away, has he? What's the umpire going to say? He put his knees into the player there in Davis. No, he says, be careful, young fella. Just calm down, says Richard Williams. And Peter Green, who spent the first quarter on the bench, is very, very toey at the moment. He gets it over towards Stevens. Stevens with that left foot goes in towards centre half forward. Waiting down there's a player for then Steinburner, I think it is. Steinburner hooks around his body, but only as far as the player McDermott once again, playing way back there in the back pocket now is Chris McDermott. He marks, gets it out towards the veteran in Phillips. Gee, they've played over 500 games between the two of them. Terrific stuff. Brenton Phillips now, the back pocket, drives long. He'll be looking for Sanford. Green's in the front of the pack. Over the back too was the big fella in Arnold, and Arnold, the former Port Pirie player, Risdon player, in fact, gets a good mark. He goes in towards the player in Holm. Holm over to his skipper in Girdham. He fires on that sudden goal. It's hit the woodwork. The woodworm's been knocked out of their sleeping positions as it hits the woodwork. Another behind to Central District. 7-7-47, that is. They trail North Adelaide, who are 10-5-65. We've played 5 minutes of this third term. Rod Saunders once again to bring it back into play.
Saunders going around the Windsock side of the ground, who gets a lead there from his players, and they find that particular player, and Freddie points it out, it's Lehman. Lehman there at centre half-back. Who's he going to kick it to? He's got Gerke in the centre. They move out towards the Windsock on the centre wing position, pushing in the back, but a good mark has been taken there by Central Districts, and they mark it right on that centre wing position. It's a right foot kick. Around the flank it goes, Hicks. High up and towards the light. Hicks it was. There's the ball down onto the ground. It's a chance here for Centrals to break clear. They can't. Umpire's whistle has blown. Holding it to him, said the umpire, and Michael Humphreys for about his 5th bounce down in this particular quarter. Humphreys putting the ball down. It's Arnold up against Peck. Up they go. Arnold gets the tap down again. Here's a chance for Centrals to break clear. Has to come round on the right boot. Handballs it away, but it's too close to the boundary line in front of Ricky McGowan, and the ball beats that player over the line and out of bounds.
Both sides taking time to settle. They haven't really, got into it like they did in the first half of this quarter. In comes the boundary umpire. Throws it in. Good tap in. Big Peck against Arnold. Gee, Arnold's done a lot of work in front of his old home crowd here at Port Pirie, and once again it's over the boundary line or a ball up. In fact, on this occasion the umpire picks it out for a ball up. Umpire Michael Humphreys. Looking at the scoreboard, 10-5-65 the Roosters. The Bulldogs are 7-7-49. We've played 7 minutes. Umpire Humphreys now brings it out a bit away from the boundary line, which is the correct thing to do. Blows time off. Says, I'm going to throw it up, does he, boys? Up she goes. Yes, he does. Gee, I was lucky to see that, but up she does go. Big Peck gets a tap down. Comes towards Wine. Wine a quick handball. Oh, beautifully intercepted by Phillips again. Geez, playing like a 2-year-old, or a 20-year-old, I should say, I suppose. He gets it towards centre wing for North Adelaide. Battling hard back there is Damien Hicks. He's in defence now by the look of it. Being flung around as he gets his kick towards half-forward flank. Here's Timmy Cook. Quick little handball over the top there to his player in Geister, was it? He goes to full forward. Good mark up there. Oh, they've dished out a couple of little biffs, but he's got the footy. Has the big fella up there for Central District. It could be Grant Coffey. Just wait and see who it is. No, it's not. It's the big fella up there in Conway. Mark Conway. Thanks, Ray. And he's got a good mark by taking front position, and very rarely do you get outmarked from front position.
I'm not sure whether he flew back this morning from Melbourne or what, but it's been very slow in getting him into this game.
And he goes, long-looking kick. It's a good-looking kick. The Central District flags go up, and he's put it through. That's their 8th and their first since quarter time, and gee, didn't the doggies need that one. North Adelaide, 10 goals, 5, 65. They lead Central District still after that good goal there by the big fella, and they are 8-7. That is, what's 8-7? Well, 8-7 must be 55. It certainly is. 10-5 to 8-7. North Adelaide lead. We've played 9 minutes of this third term. Umpire Richard Williams has it. No, it's not. It's Andrew Vickers on this occasion. Chris McDermott's come back into the centre of the square to try and rally his troops to the Roosters. Central District have had most of the attack in this quarter, it must be said, but they've only got 1 goal at this stage, but they look as though they're about to explode. Big Peck gets it. Here comes towards Gerke. Oh, gee whiz, he got tripped, and he will receive the free kick. The umpire saw it as I did, and Richard Gerke, who's played extremely well tonight once again, and he's got 93 handballs before he started this game. I thought you statistical buffs might need to know that. And a push in the back will go to North Adelaide, to Shane Hodges on that outer side flank for the Roosters. He's on half forward flank now, right by the point of the big square, the centre square. Now he's going to go long, looking for Big Sanford. He got shoved out. Good mark, Piker. But I think the free kick will be given to Big Sanford. Yes, it is. A big shove in the back. Central District defence are disappointed with that, and so they should be, because Big Glenn Sanford, the Stillwell forward man, has got a big chance to put the Roosters further in front. 11 points of difference. North Adelaide in front. SANFL League footy action from Port Pirie's Memorial Oval. He's going to kick from about 40 metres out from goal, or a little bit out from that, 45 I should say. Kicks on that northern goal. It's holding up a bit. Will they touch it? No, they won't. It's a goal to the Roosters, I think. Yes, it is. That's their 11th. 11 goals, 6. 71 the Roosters. Central District 8-7-54. 10-minute mark, third term. This is 5CS football.
Hi, this is Grant Meredith with a sneak preview of some of the great music we'll be featuring in Living in the 70s this Sunday night.
Your mama don't dance and your daddy don't rock and roll. Take me to the Arizona and Cuba for the line.
I'll also give you the chance to win the Hot New 70s Alive CD, plus count down the 10 biggest hits from this week in 1972. All this and more tomorrow night with Living in the 70s, right here on 5CS.
Football tonight also in Whyalla at Bennett Oval. Rupina 9 goals 8, South Whyalla 4 goals 1, 22 minutes into the second quarter.
That's what I love about life. That's the thing about me, the thing about football.
Here's Central District going deep into attack once again now. As they go down, they repelled that last kick and, well, worked it right down the ground. It's right on the outer side opposite pocket to where it was a moment ago. Good play by Central District. Great running footy. Little Steinburner was in there, did well to run it through. Got it towards the pocket, and the umpire, after stacks on the mill, had to come in and once again ball it up. North Adelaide 11-5-71. Lead Central District 8-7-54. 12-minute mark in this third term. Up they go. Big Peck got it down in opposition to Arnold. He got the tap, but he tapped it straight to the boundary line. Gee whiz, some exciting footy by both sides here tonight. The scores, well, they indicate a good game. 19 goals, 12 have been scored tonight. It has been a pretty good game, because once they get out into the open, they certainly play some champagne football. Here it comes. Central District once again. Little Steinburner. Cook's in there as well. Working hard's Jimmy Wine. Round the body, only as far as Gerke. And Gerke marks it for North Adelaide. Half back flank, or bordering on the back pocket, I suppose. Now he comes. Changes sides. Or could be a dangerous sort of a kick, because here's Cotton. Although working well back there is Squire. One-handed tap. Now he'll go to his favoured left foot. Come down towards the wing. Watch out, Troy Lehman. You're under the pump. Good mark, though. Well done, Brendan Parker. And he, gee whiz, I think was he injured, or did he put on an academy act, Ray?
I'm not sure. It didn't look a lot in it.
John Wayne, eat your heart out, I think. And he comes now, Lehman going short towards Squire. Once again, whence it came, and Squire's run on beautifully. On the left foot, they got men everywhere. Here's Shane Hodges. Now got to lift the eyes, does he? Yes, he does. Lifts eyes, look for somebody. Goes long now, looking for the big fella in Sanford. Couldn't get it. Beautifully done there, Hicks. Hicks got it back to Scotty Lee. The experience went over to Gurdam. Gurdam also very experienced as captain, 242 games. He kicked it, and Davis got there before the player for Central Districts in Holm could get it. And Tim Davis, a corn boy for the Roosters, playing at centre half back tonight, tapped it out over the boundary line. Boundary umpire comes into play once again. McDermott's there. The big fellas will fly in Peck and Arnold. Gee, hasn't Arnold put in a sterling effort? Just about Central's best. They hang on to each other. No advantage there to either one. Comes to Stevens. A scrubby Wormburner towards centre half forward. Cotton did best. He was held by Saunders at play on, called the umpire. Butters up again. Gee whiz, he's got a bit of toe. Cotton, it was well done. Here's Davis. He was tackled heavily. Everybody falls on top of it once again. Plenty of players lending advice to the umpire. That in fact is umpire Michael Humphreys on this occasion. He says, I'll have none of that. I'll adjudicate here, and he said, I'll bounce it down. 11-5 to 8-7. North Adelaide in front at the 13-minute mark.
Wind off for Central's, Chambers on. There's the ball bounced down. High into the air. It's a chance now for North to come forward. They do so beautifully. A hand pass there by Lehman. Here's a chance, though, for Central Districts to interrupt the play. They do through Steinburner. Can it be picked up here by McGowan? Onto the right boot, high into the air. Here's a chance now for Holm. Holm can't mark the ball. Nearly paid. But Stacks on the mill, and the umpire will call for it and ball it up there on the centre wing position.
She's still pretty hard and tough, Ray.
A player that's lifted his work rate is Holm for Central Districts, and it's Michael Humphreys once again to bounce the ball down. In fact, is he going to bounce it? Yes, he is. He's looking at two players. In fact, he's going to award a free kick, or he's going over and having a chat to Peter Green. It is for Central Districts. I just tell you, I'm the boss here. You play when I want you to. There's the ball. In fact, if he doesn't look after himself, he's going to lose it. Here's going to be a free kick awarded to North Adelaide, is it?
Yep, because he was giving him cheek.
Yes.
Yep.
And it's Phillips. There's Davis wastes no time. Plays on towards centre half forward, and nearly a mark there to Parker. Here's a chance now for North. Squire onto the left boot. Has a shot at goal. It's a running shot. Is it going to curve back? Hits the post, and a point to North Adelaide. North Adelaide move on to 11 goals, 672. Central's 8-7.
A free kick back here. Looks like a free kick, Ray, to the player in Squire, barreled after he kicked that footy.
Well, Central Districts lacked a little bit of concentration in the last minute or so of the game, and it could be costly for them. Squire with the ball. Now he's only, in fact, he's got a 50-metre penalty, which takes him right to the line.
I think the players are getting the old motor mouth going here, Central District. All started from Peter Green at the half forward, half back line for Central District. It was a bounce down, and now they've given a 50-metre, and Squire gets a walk-in goal, and he might get another kick if he's not careful. Straight through the hay to do it for North Adelaide's 12. 12-5, 76. They lead Central District 8-7, 54, and gee whiz, they're opening up the margin now, the Roosters. We've played 15 minutes in this third term, and this is 5CS football.
On and off the field, the only way to win is to work as a team. For over 75 years, the Clipsal team has been working hard here in South Australia, making a winning range of electrical accessories. Just like the North Adelaide Football Club it proudly supports, Clipsal maintains its winning edge through hard work and high quality. Always in the forward position, Clipsal manufactures all the electrical accessories you'll need to add fashion, comfort, safety and security to your home. Clipsal, proud major sponsors of the North Adelaide Football Club.
That's what I want. I like it. That's the thing about me. The thing about football.
77 plays 54 in the favour of North Adelaide, and the ball's in the centre of the ground once again. Stacks on the middle, and the umpire will blow the whistle and ball it up right in the centre of the ground.
Just a comment at this stage, it just looks as though North Adelaide's team play is better than Central District's team play at this stage.
Umpire Andrew Vickers to bounce the ball down in the centre of the ground. Players jostling there. There's the bounce high into the air. It's Arnold against Peck. Here's a chance for North Adelaide to come through. Copped it too high, said the umpire, and the free kick will be taken there by Gerke, who's played well since in virtually all the game.
Been at the bottom of the packs a lot this evening.
Gerke with the ball, gets the lead from Sanford, sends the ball in that direction. Up goes Hickson Lee, straight through Lee's hands. Here's a chance now for Sanford. Gets it across there to teammate in Squire, but running across there and taking the mark was Geister. Geister goes right across goal, onto the left boot. Gee, there's a lot of left footers in this game. There's the ball out towards the half-forward flank for North Adelaide. Can they pick it up before the ball beats the line? In fact, it's over the line and out of bounds.
Experienced by McDermott there. He got the footy. He was under the pump from his Central District opponent, and he very, very cleverly went for the boundary line. Now, the boundary umpire puts it back in once again. Big Sanford's in there. North Adelaide fans in the poor man's grandstand. The cheer squad are getting very excited as their team extends its lead from half-time. Central District's over with a chance now. Goes towards the player now, Holm. Holm couldn't get it though. Battling also is Gerke in there for the footy. Tapped off the ground by Cotton. He gets it towards Timmy Cook and also the player there in Ebel. He got his head taken off, umpire, and he could be hurt. In fact, it was actually it was an accident, I think. Accidental is the word I'm trying to think of. And he got the knee in the old head, but very, very much accidental in the flow of play. North Adelaide at 12-5-77, Central District 8-7-54, 19-minute mark. He plays on with a handball over to Davis now. Davis going towards a little fella in Morton. He keeps it down to McDermott. McDermott looks at the handball. Good play. Gets it over to the teammate. He, in fact, turns it back now towards Gerke. They've won too many handballs. Hodges couldn't handle it, and Scotty Stevens butted up. Gets a free kick and immediately plays on. Good footy. Shepherding out there by the umpire, and he's given it to North Adelaide. Silly play again, I think, by the Central Dish player, and he's called it up.
Come back.
Yes, it's got to come back, and North Adelaide will have a shot on goal here, and this player down here will be Jeffries back on the ground, I think. And I think the Central District player might have been getting the old evener-upner for the first quarter. But the long-sleeve Guernsey, Roger Girdham, he's nothing but a hard player. And Mark Jeffries will take the resultant free kick from 45 metres out. And gee whiz, Central District don't need this one. And there we go. They're getting a bit of advice, the umpires. North Adelaide 12-5-77. Central District 8-7-54. Mark Jeffries coming in now for his second goal. Shoots on that northern end. It's pretty good for the Roosters fans. You can hear that. And it's a goal to Jeffries. SANFL League footy action. And Jeffries gets his second. North Adelaide moved to 13-5. They lead Central District 8-7. And gee whiz, that's a 4-goal break, which is 26 points. It's 28 points, in fact. Did my arithmetic at the Bullaroo Centre High School and got it right eventually. Gee whiz, 20-minute mark of this third term. North Adelaide 13-5-83. Lead the Bulldogs. Central District are 8-7-54.
Arnold and it's Peck going for the tap down. McDermott gets it, taken here by Cook. Tries to break through, thrown out there by Arnold. Picked up there by Holm. He's knocked off the ball. Here's a chance. Can they break it clear? Central Districts get the ball through. That time in Cotter. Up towards centre half forward. Onto the ground, Centrals now. Steinburner puts it high into the air, running for the ball. It looks as though it's Lee. No, it was Holm. Caught too high. Play on, said the umpire. Stacks on the mill, and a ball up will take place. Half-forward flank for the Central District side. Holm was unlucky that time.
A little bit of discussion in the grandstand about that free kick too, I think, Ray.
There's the bounce down now by, I think it's Vickers. He puts the ball in as the change happens once again. Coming on is Potter. There's the tap down. It's Peck getting it. It's Stacks on the mill once again. No, the ball's been forced out. In fact, a trip has been played to North Adelaide, and they take the free kick at centre half back.
And Brenton Phillips, it is interesting to see Roger Girdham was a player that came off for Central District after that bit of an indiscretion in the forward line. He got it over as far as Gerke. Gerke now goes out wide to the player in Hollett, who has followed up from fullback, and the Warabra man has come up. I think it looks like Hollett. It's a long way away. Yes, number 35. That's Mark Hollett. He's played 33 games for the Roosters. Goes towards the windsock area. area on that outer side wing. Brendan Parker battling back there with Damien Hicks. And it is interesting to note that Central District's coach, Stephen Wright, has shifted Hicks to that key centre-half back position where he was playing in the forward line in that first half. 13-5, 83 the Roosters. The Bulldoggies are 8-7-54. In it comes from the boundary throw, and Central District do well through Holm now. Holm will drive it forward. Oh, good-looking kick. That's put his teammate beautifully in position. That player is Jones. Matthew Jones kicks very awkwardly but very straight, and it's a goal to the Bulldogs. A much-needed goal to Central District, and at the 23-minute mark, North Adelaide 13-5, 83 lead Central District 9-7, 60, a lead of 23 points to North Adelaide, and this is 5CS football.
Elders Merchandise are specialists in crop protection to maximise production. See Craig and Mark at Eldersborough or Peter at Elders Clare for all your chemical needs. Elders are also agents for Pivot Fertiliser, and with the end of June approaching, call the Elders boys to stitch up a deal on crop chemicals. Fencing or vineyard trellis, now's the time to buy. Call Eldersborough on 0888 922 001 or Clare on 0888 42 1100.
That's what I love. That's the thing about me. The thing about football.
Well, Central District went deep into attack from the bounce down after that goal, but North Adelaide have got it now, but not for very long. It's out on the full, I think. Yes, a desperate kick by the full-back position from North Adelaide, and it carried too far, and Scotty Stevens will get the resultant kick from out of bounds on the full. 24 minutes in this third term. North Adelaide 13-5, 83. Central District a 9-7, 61. Stevens gets it down. The big men fly down there in the pocket. Big Hollett in opposition down there to the big fella in Conway, but they neither could get it, and once again it's over the boundary line. Deep in Central District's attacking zone. They dearly want another goal out of this one. Gee whiz, this quarter's gone quick, hasn't it? Up they go. Big Herbert and Arnold. Nobody can get the kick, but here's Ebel back here. Big Ray Ebel for North Adelaide, the back pocket player. Rushes it out over the boundary line, and the boundary umpire will once again come into play. Interesting game of footy. It's anybody's game yet. Don't worry about that. The Roosters hold the sway 13-5 to 9-7 at this stage. Boundary umpire gets it in once again. Big Herbert's up there. Bodied his player out beautifully. Now he taps it to McDermott. McDermott taps it as well. Now they all fall on top of it. Central District desperate down there in the forward line. Nobody can get it out though. And Central's very much want a goal out of this and battling very, very desperately down there to keep it in the forward zone. Umpire comes in to give it a big bounce down once again.
It's like a rugby scrum, isn't it?
It certainly is. Thinks we're watching the State of Origin game again the other night on the telly. Up she goes again, Herbert and Arnold. Arnold gets a good tap, comes towards Steinburner. He gets it out to Holm. Holm tries to fire on goal, but he's smothered. He butters up again, puts it out beautifully on this occasion to the player there for Central District. He goes towards a full forward line, and Hollett takes a great relieving mark. That was Cotton once again back there for Central District, but he got it. Hollett got a good mark. Over to Saunders. Saunders goes towards Lehman on the centre wing half-back position. Lehman's got nowhere to go but onto the bike track, and he does do that. Goes onto that asphalt once again. Boundary umpire puts the whistle in the mouth and gives a P a good blow and says, "I'll have it, boys." Boundary umpire right on that outer side now. Outer side pocket, Central District's attacking zone. Comes down now for the players. There's Central District. Cook gets it out. Can't control it. McDermott got it beautifully out there to Morton. Morton scrubs a little worm burner around the boundary line. Safe play by the Roosters defence, and on ball is there. And once again over the boundary line. Boundary umpire won't want to have tight hamstrings, or he might pull one. He's doing plenty of sprinting out there at the moment. 83 plays 61. North Adelaide in front. We go deep into this third quarter. The big fellas fly once again. Comes out the pack towards Central District. Oh, a bit of a shove there. Will the umpire see it? No. Play on. Called the umpire. The Roosters gather the ball. Oh, and holding the ball calls the people in the Paul Mann grandstand here. But the umpire's having none of that. He says, "I'll ball it up once again." Umpire Andrew Vickers will come and ball it up. Centre half forward for Central Districts. They'd dearly like another goal. It's the Roosters by 22 points into time on third term.
There's the bounce down now from umpire Vickers, and big pack of players are around the ball and waiting for the bounce down. There it is, into the air now. Up they go, and it's Herbert doing the ruck work for North Adelaide. But once again, the ball goes down and stacks on the middle, and the umpire will call for it and ball it up. Centre half forward for Central Districts. Bounce down, umpire Vickers. Takes plenty of time. Got to do the good bounce. 1, 2, bang. Up it goes into the air. Herbert gets it. It's a chance here for Centrals through Jones, but it's been marked. Play on by the North Adelaide player. He went to stop. Here's a chance now for Centrals. Picked up that time by McGowan. High into the air, into the forward pocket. Player lost it in the lights. Stacks on the mill, and umpire is right beside the play there. Will call for it and ball it up before something nasty happened right in that forward pocket position. 22 points the difference in favour of North Adelaide. Deep in the forward pocket for Central Districts. Throws the ball into the air. This time does the umpire. Herbert thumps it towards the boundary line. Taken there by, is it Phillips? Phillips twisted and twisted, and he was grabbed too high, and Brenton Phillips, right in that last line of defence, will send the ball back around the grandstand side. Here's the kick. High into the air. Up the players go. All behind the play. Should have been a free kick to North Adelaide. Central Districts running the ball in through Peter Green. Green has a shot, and it's a goal. A goal to Central Districts, kicked by Peter Green, made up for his little discretion earlier on in that quarter when he gave away a goal. So Centrals creep back just a little bit closer. They move back to, what's that, 16 points behind now. Central Districts, North Adelaide 13 goals 5, trail Centrals, who are 10 goals 7. 67 plays 83.
We're 2 minutes into time on in this third term, and gee whiz, that was an important goal for the doggies. Gee whiz, not much in it. Umpire puts the ball down in the centre once again. Big Herbert's back on the ball with Arnold, who's been there all night. Now can North Adelaide get it out? Yes, they can. Here's Gerke once again. Gets onto the left boot, goes towards Sanford at centre half forward. He sits under and he's got it. Yes, and he shows the ball up. He says, I've got that. He could nearly kick that distance. Goes short towards Lehman. He's got it for the Roosters. He'll run on into the open goal. She's through. It's a goal to North Adelaide. Great run on footy by the Roosters. Big Sanford lifted the eyes quickly. Gave it over to Troy Lehman, and he booted North Adelaide's 14. 14-5, 89. Lead Central District 10-7, 67. And a quick reply by the Roosters, Ray.
It was, Fred, and when you, I suppose, analyse the game, Big Sanford at centre half forward has been a focal point, hasn't got many kicks, hasn't got many marks, but he's been tapping the ball, moving it around to his players running through, and I guess he was one of the big factors in those 5 goals in the second quarter.
I think the important thing there too was he lifted the eyes, got back, lifted the eyes quick, and saw Lehman running into the space, which of course these little blokes are so very able to do. Umpire now, once again, he's going to put it down in that centre square. Good looking bounce too. Up she goes. Big Herbert comes from the side. Oh, Arnold didn't have a chance then. Running through will be Steinburner. He got it beautifully onto the left boot now. That was the player in Craig Cotter, in fact. Got it to centre half forward. Quick play here now towards the player for Central District towards full forward. Oh, he nearly got it. North Adelaide defending. Here's Green's in there. Also the player in McGowan around his left boot, but he's smothered beautifully. Only comes as far as Scotty Lee. Oh, he got it towards the advantage of his play, but North Adelaide butted up well in the back line. Here's good play by Sticks Phillips once again. He got flattened after he disposed of it, and he'll get the free kick down the ground. And Brenton Phillips, a veteran of 207 games for North Adelaide, is leading the way here tonight. Just about best player on the ground, I reckon, for the Roosters and the Central District side tonight. Brenton Phillips playing well. Damien Squire's got it on the centre wing, grandstand side, not far around from our commentary position. He goes long, good looking kick. Oh, nobody's up at Central Districts. Will they spoil each other? No, they don't. Well done, Scotty Lee back there. All the coolness. There's a siren as the player there for North Adelaide in Graham Kellett takes the mark, but it's all too much in vain as North Adelaide was going to go back into attack, but the siren sounded to end the third quarter here. League footy action from Port Pirie Memorial Oval at 3-quarter time. North Adelaide lead 14-5, 89. Central Districts 10-7, 67. Yes, he certainly has, as people prepare for the final term here, and we see North Adelaide by 22 points. Umpire Vickers about to put it down for the start of the final term. League footy live from Port Pirie. Down she goes. Hope you're enjoying the coverage. Big Herbert and Arnold once again. Now it's Coffey and Ruck on this occasion. They've made a switch, the doggies, and it'll be a free kick now to the Central District player in the centre of the ground, and he will take the free kick. Gee whiz, there's plenty of advice as Gurdam gets it. The skipper for Central District goes out wide to Coffey. Good kick, good lead. Coffey's got an half-forward flank. Oh, Dummy's back in. He could be caught. Goes in long. This is what Central Districts need. Where's the big fellas? Big Herbert's there. Good mark, Central Districts. And the big fella in Conway. We just talked to each other off air there and said that Big Conway's been a bit disappointing, but he's got it for the Bulldogs, and Central District will score first from this It's the final quarter start, and they did that. They got a goal to Peter Green in that third quarter, 30 seconds into the quarter, and they will do the same through to Big Conway. Big Mark Conway does the bootlaces up. We haven't played a minute yet, and they look like kicking a goal, the Central District Bulldogs, and gee, what an important one it is. He settles now. Gee, he's taking his time, there's no doubt about that. Pulls the socks up, spits the chewing gum out that he got at three-quarter time. Does the shoelace up and now comes back on the left boot. Can't miss it from here, surely. Kicks it through. Oh, gee whiz, he's tried to miss it, I think. What's the umpire say? Goal. She's a goal to the doggies. That's her 11th. They draw first blood within the first minute. North Adelaide 14-5-89. Central District are 11-7. That's 73 on the scoreboard here at Port Pirie Memorial Oval. As I said, we've only played a minute. First blood to the big fella, and that is Mark Conway's first goal. Good movement by Central Districts from the skipper in the centre, and that's what they need. They need Roger Girdham to get right into it. He's the skipper. He's played 242 games, and they need him to certainly play well at the bottom of the packs, and he's got to try and negate players like Chris McDermott and Richard Gerke for the Roosters. Right.
Ball bounced down in the centre of the ground. Once again, it's Ruckman in Arnold as opposed to young Peck.
It's Coffee, in fact, in there now. They've made the switch. Just to confuse you,
We'll go
Ray.
for some teeth. There's Peck. Thump up towards centre half forward it goes. Here's a chance now for North Adelaide. They try and tap the ball forward. Good shepherding there by Centrals. Picked up here by Cotter. It's taken there by North Adelaide player in Gerke. Up towards the forward pocket it goes. Here's a chance. Can they run it forward?
Parker.
Picked up here by Parker. Onto the right boot. Swings the ball back, but not far enough. In fact, it's missed everything, and it's out of line, out of bounds, right beside the behind post, North Adelaide's attacking zone. 22 points, the 16 points is the difference in favour of North Adelaide. Played a couple of minutes into the final quarter. Waiting for the ball to come back in once again.
The scoreboard attendance, if you're listening, you've got to change Central District's 11-7 to 73, boys. Hope they got it on over there.
Here's the ball back in towards that half-back flank position. It's kicked off the ground there by Morton. Morton's kick cannot be picked up. He's back there on top of the ball again. Handballs it out very quickly to Jeffries, and the ball goes over the line and out of bounds right in that behind post, beside the behind post where it was just a few seconds ago.
Deep in North Adelaide's attacking zone now. They desperately want another goal to put that margin up a little bit. Oh, good hands there by the player over to Lehman. Lehman towards full forward. Jeffries couldn't get it with a long sleeve Guernsey. Good defence by Central District. Well, there's a North Adelaide player in the hand of the trainers. They have to dodge around the trainers now. Beautifully done by the player in Steinburner. He showed a bit of dash off the half-back line tonight. Oh, gee, that player didn't get it too well. That was a player there in Cotter. Cotter got it now towards full half forward, but Tim Davis, the corn lad's back there to take the relieving mark for North Adelaide. 14-5-95, plays 11-7-73. North Adelaide in front as Davis drives it long. Couple of players got a bit of a biffo. Comes out towards the player in Geister for Central Districts. His teammate couldn't get it. Danny Morton's in there. Troy Lehman, two of the better players on the ground for the Roosters. Good hand out to Big Sanford. He couldn't handle it. Here's Geister. Big loping steps he takes. He gets it out wide now towards the player in Holm. And Holm takes a good mark for the Bulldogs in the centre wicket area. He goes out wide towards the outer side. They got loose men everywhere over here, the doggies. Gets it over to Steinburner. He'll handball over to Timmy Cook. Timmy Cook, if it'll sit for him, has to get it out now towards Coffey. Coffey doubles back, runs on goal now from the 50-metre line. Takes a bit of a dash, but the umpire says, hang on. He says, oh, gee whiz, the umpire said, Tim Cook, you pushed the North Adelaide player in the back, and what a mistake. And the North Adelaide player in Gerke will take the resultant free kick from the half-back line. Goes towards centre half forward. Big Sanford's up there. The players battle hard for it. Hits the deck. Here's McDermott working hard. Out comes out towards Timmy Cook again. Make amends, young fella. Kicks it on towards Conway again. And he's got it. Gee whiz, he's starting to really pull his finger out in this last quarter. Big Conway's got it once again. He's kicked one goal in the first minute. We've played 5 minutes of this term, and he's looking good to kick another one. 50 metres out from goal. Goes long. Good looking kick. Won't make the distance. Big Herbert's back there. Oh, up he goes. Got a big shove out. And the player back there wanted to try and get the big legs up. And that player was Chalmers back there. Chambers, I think. And he got, in fact, it was Jared Cotton, and Big Ebel got pushed out. In it comes. I think it might be Lucas Herbert, is it? And he's saying, come around here. You've got to kick it on that outer side. I can't understand that rule. Oh, he goes short towards the player in Saunders. He's sandwiched between two Central District players, but got out of it to Gerke. He's ridden into the ground, but the umpire says it was no way it was pushed in the back, or no way he could get rid of it, and I'll have it, boys. 14-5, 89 North Adelaide. They lead Central District 11-7-73. We've played 5 minutes. Final term from Memorial Oval, Port Pirie.
Richard Williams puts the ball down, centre half forward. Here's the chance now for Centrals to break clear. Can they? No, they can't. And Stacks on the middle, and the umpire will call for it once again, and a ball up will take place. In fact, it's midway between the full forward and centre half forward position. Williams with the ball now, waiting for players to move away so he can put the ball down. Number 27 there moves in front of him, Brenton Phillips. There's the ball high into the air. Here's a chance now for Morton onto the left boot. His kick is smothered, taken here by Central Districts. This is good play. Gets it out to a teammate there. It looks as though it's Geister. Geister into the full forward zone. Can Centrals kick a goal? Yes, they can. Is it a goal? Yes, it is. Jared Cotton. Good play that time by Central Districts. Quick play, and that brings them back now within, 9 points the difference. It's 12-7 Central Districts, 12-7. They trail North Adelaide, who are...
North Adelaide, that's a good question. Because the scoreboard attendant standing in front of it. Gee whiz. Anyway, it's a goal to Central District. They move to 12-7. North Adelaide 14-5. It's 10 points of difference. Gee whiz, we've got a footy game on our hands here. Central District have lifted in this final term. Back in the centre with umpire Vickers. Once again, bang, down it goes. Big Herbert trying to do the best, but Coffey's given him an advantage in the ruck this quarter. Here comes Lehman back into the game. Showing a bit of dash. Oh, he could be caught. No, kicks it towards half forward and hopes. Here's Sanford under the ball, should mark. Oh, well done back there by Geister. Oh, also is Squire. He'll get around onto his left boot. Handball's on. Here's Hodges. Oh, he can't handle the footy. Steinburner can. Oh, handball straight over the top of Stuart Dew. But Timmy Cook's good enough to get it back to Steinburner. He's running, doesn't know what to do with it. Now kicks wide towards Coffey, and Coffey will mark. No sugar and black, but he's got it. And what's he going to do? Well, he's trying to put things off as he tries to get a hold of Gerke. Now he goes on towards the player down there.
Should be nearly 50 metres.
Ricky McGowan. As Big Ray Abel come onto the scene late, but Ricky McGowan's got the footy, 50-metre mark once again. Gee whiz, it's 10 points of difference. 89 plays 79. Exciting game of football. You're hearing it live on 10:44 5CS. Ricky McGowan from the 50-metre line, important kick. He'll make the distance. Can he kick it straight? I think he can. Up she goes. I think it's carried. It has. It's a goal to the doggies. And it's a ball game here. 14-5, 89. Place 13-7, 70, 85. 4 points of difference. This is 5CS football.
Elders Merchandise are specialists in crop protection to maximise production. See Craig and Mark at Elders Borough or Peter at Elders Clare for all your chemical needs. Elders are also agents for Pivot Fertiliser. And with the end of June approaching, call the Elders boys to stitch up a deal on crop chemicals. Fencing or vineyard trellis, now's the time to buy. Call Elders Borough on 0888 922 001 or Clare on 0888 42 1100.
Ball game as North Adelaide went long in defence, but Scotty Lee, the experienced one, was there. He got it out towards the half-back line to Paul Geister. He marked in the centre. They seem to have loose players everywhere now, the Dogs. Here's Coffey. He's really given them a lift since he's come onto the ruck position. Up they go. The defenders tap it down for North Adelaide. They need something back there, the Roosters, but they can't get it. And Central District have kicked 3 straight goals to nothing in this quarter in 9 minutes. Great footy by the Doggies. And gee whiz, they'll take this game out if they keep playing like that. The umpire comes in to bounce the ball. Big Herbert there. He's running out of a few legs, I think, big Lucas Herbert. He goes against Conway. Herbert got it down, and he comes as far as the player there in Chambers. Chambers towards full forward. Cotton being held. Here's the player, McGowan. He goes out wide or opposite direction. Couldn't quite get it. It was Chambers again. Now goes inboard towards Lehman and also Cook. Cook got the footy. Play on, called the umpire. Gave it to Scotty Stevens. He goes in. Hodges should mark. No, he doesn't. In fact, his teammate does in Kellett. Kellett Doesn't waste any time. Oh, Sanford, 3-on-1. You got to mark it, son. Well, he couldn't. He'll keep it in there, trying to battle it out. Well done, Sanford. That was good played. They had 3-on-1 there, but now they work hard, Central District. Here's the skipper in Girdham. Towards full forward once again. The high flyers, Cotton. Couldn't get it. Coming towards Saunders. He's running out a bit of puff as well. And a shove in the side. That's all it was. And over the boundary line. And it's right in the forward pocket for Central District. Gee whiz. I'm getting excited. The crowd's getting excited. And we'll hand over to Ray Kerr. 4 points to the Roosters.
And there's the ball thrown in. Up go the ruckman. It's a chance now for Coffey opposed to Herbert. It's Herbert gets the tap down. McDermott on good play to Morton. Morton one bounce in towards the centre wing position, and it has been marked there by Squire. Squire gets it out wide, picked up there by Ebel. Ebel looking for a 50-metre penalty, and will send the ball further afield. Gerke it is. Gerke slowing things down, gets the lead out wide. A bad checking there by Lee that time, and the ball has been picked up by Jeffries. Jeffries with the ball, waiting for somebody to give it to. They're 4 points in front, North Adelaide. In long, out comes the lead. Oh, the player hit hard, but picked up there by Centrals. Set it out wide. They're out of trouble. Bring the ball out wide and taken here by Steinburner. He's off, runs his full distance in towards the full forward zone. Up goes Conway. Can't mark the ball. Here's a chance now for Davis. Can he pick it up? Dodges, weaves, bounces, drops the ball in short, and the ball has been marked there by Gerke. Gerke now on the right foot, right out in front of our broadcast position. Hodges misses what he should have taken, and the ball goes over the line and out of bounds on centre wing.
And is he getting plenty of advice from the crowd too? He should have marked that, Shane Hodges.
There's the ball now to be thrown in by the central umpire. It's young Peck up against Coffey. Coffey over the back, taken here by North, but interrupted by Centrals. A player holding the ball there for North Adelaide. The umpire went in. It was Gerke. Umpire said no, the ball was being held to him, and Michael Humphreys will bounce the ball centre wing position. It's 89 plays 85 in favour of North Adelaide.
12 minutes gone in this final term. Exciting league footy from Port Pirie. It's tapped down. Here's a player in green. He got it over the way of Chambers. Chambers put it into full forward. Couldn't mark. Oh, great stuff, Cotton. He could make a hero of himself here. The defensive battling hard. Play on called the umpire. Here comes North Adelaide with a chance. Saunders. Oh, held onto the ball now. Tried to get rid of it. The umpire, well, as plenty of Central players were saying, holding the ball, but he couldn't get an opportunity to get rid of it. And Rod Saunders.
A beautiful hip and shoulder.
Gee, was it ever. Rod Saunders will pick himself up off the bottom of the pack. 4 points, North Adelaide in front. If you're listening in Adelaide, North Adelaide supporters are holding their breath here and everywhere, I'm sure about that. Up they go, Big Herbert got a shove by Coffey. Here comes Saunders once again, gets a little kick. Oh, and as far as Girdham, the skipper fires on goal at northern end, and he's put it through. It's a goal to the Doggies, and they're in front. 14-7, 91 to 14-5, 89. 2 points of difference at the 14-minute mark, final term, and this is 5CS football.
Not all crop insurance policies are the same. MGA Insurance Brokers have designed a crop policy to meet the special needs of the farmer, with cover not found in standard policies. To get the best value for your dollar, call your local MGA.
There on the ground, that is not injured but down at the bottom of the pack, and the umpire comes in. The Central District defended stoutly back there, Scotty Lee, with all his experience. Central District's 2 points in front, 91 plays 89. We've played 14 minutes of this final term. Central District's finishing full of running. They have in fact kicked 4 straight goals this quarter. North Adelaide haven't scored a brass razoo. It's in their deep attacking zone now. There comes to little Timmy Cook. He tried to bust his way through, couldn't get it out. Nobody can get it out. Here's Morton. Boy, he is being held without the footy. The umpire saw that as well, and the player in Hodges, in fact, will come out with the resultant free kick. He goes in looking for the player up there, the full forward in Piker. He couldn't get it though. Scotty Stevens is there, got it out wide. Good play, Central Districts. Out towards Hicks. Hicks goes wide, in fact, towards McGowan. No, it's not on this occasion. It's Peter Green. Peter Green's got the footy. They're playing all over the top of him, our Central Districts. They're playing good footy, no doubt about that. They go into their attacking zone. The defence is tough there for North Adelaide, though, and once again over the boundary line. Outer side wing on Port Pirie's Memorial Oval, not far around from the scoreboard, which says Central Districts in front by 2 points. We've played 15 minutes, final term. League footy action from Port Pirie. Up they go from the boundary zone. Only tapped down as far as a player there in Chambers again. He's got a few kicks in this last quarter. Girdham's up there, made a hero of himself by putting them in front a while ago, and that stacks on the mill once again. Way over there on the other side, a little bit further towards Central District's full forward position. 55, 60 metres out from goal, and the umpire once again will bounce it. Gee whiz, North Adelaide haven't kicked a brass razoo this quarter. Odds on for him to kick something, so the North Adelaide supporters probably hope that that will occur, and it's from the bounce down, it's tapped over the boundary line. 14-7 plays 14-5. You Bulldoggy supporters, hang on every breath because you're in front at this stage. We've played 15, 16 minutes now, ticks over as it comes now towards bigger Ebel. Ebel's 2-on-1 once again. Oh, they say we want holding the ball, say the Central District players. The umpire says he didn't get a chance to get that one out. And once again a ball down. It's going to be hard, tough stuff for the next 10 minutes. Up she goes once again. Coffey's lifted in this quarter magnificently. He gets it towards Saunders and Cotton, the Port Pirie player, but they both battle hard for it. Nobody can get control, and once again it's over the boundary line. Once again around towards the Central District full forward pocket, right in front of the scoreboard and the time clock, which reads 16 minutes, and the scoreboard reads Central District 14-7, North Adelaide 14-5.
It's Cotton getting the tap down. It's a chance here for Phillips. He has to handball it away quickly. Gets the ball right out in that half-back flank. Stevens racing for the ball. So too is Gerke. Stevens gets it across nicely to his teammate. Onto the left boot, back into the full forward zone. Up goes Cotton. Can't mark the ball. Here's a chance now for Morton to break clear for North Adelaide. Can he do so? Picked up here by Centrals. Running into an open goal. And bang! Right through the high diddle-diddle. It's 15 goals, 7, 97. Central North Adelaide, 14 goals, 5, 69. And Freddie, did you see who kicked that one?
That was Daniel Holm with a great second goal for this game. He kicked one very early in the game, the first goal of the game, I think. And great footy here from Central District. They're finishing all over the top of the Roosters. 15-7, 97. The Roosters are 14-5, 89. We've played 18 minutes in this final term. Now we see once again McDermott trying to rally his forces. Gee whiz, what will happen here? Could go either way yet. The umpire's back in the centre. Down she goes once again. Coffey and McDermott. This time Herbert couldn't get it out either. Oh, they're taking it out the centre. Well, Central District this quarter, North Adelaide. Here's Herbert. Now gets it over to Lehman. Now they're towards half forward. Oh, Sanford's got a good mark. He'll be paid. That centre half forward for over the shoulder. In fact, he marked it, umpire. But he gives the decision over the shoulder. It doesn't matter. Then Sanford's got it. The Rooster hierarchy on the edge of their seats in the grandstand. Up she goes towards Piker. Good mark, Simon Piker for the Roosters. And he's marked it in the middle of a pack on the 45-degree angle, about 45 metres out from goal. And usually he's a good kick.
8 points.
8 points in it. Thank you, Ray. This will bring it back to 2. 15-7, 97 the Doggies. North Adelaide are 14-5, 89. We've played 17 minutes. What an important kick. Gee whiz, they move the ball quickly, both these sides. It's terrific to watch, really. Champagne footy. Piker comes in, usually a good kick. Will it keep in? It's hit the post. It's gone to the right-hand side of the post. It's a behind. 1 point to Simon Piker for the Roosters. He's kicked 2 goals, 1 this evening, and North Adelaide go to within 7 points of Central Districts. What a great game of footy. There it goes. Scotty Lee gets a little kick to himself. He's got some experience with the Crows, of course. Kicks it towards Roger Girdham. They're full of running now. Comes back now towards the player in Hicks, I think, or also the player in Jew back there. Goes towards centre half forward. Oh, the players are down. Here's Hicks at the fall of the ball. Gets it down. Here's Cotton. Cotton's got it. And it's been transferred. He's going to go on with it towards the full forward player in Conway. And Mark Conway's got the grab in the pocket for the Central District side.
That was good, strong football.
25 metres out from goal in front of the scoreboard. And gee whiz, have come the length of the field and they're going to make North Adelaide pay, I'm sure of that. They lead by 7 points. 97 plays 90. And this will just about put the game out of reach of the Roosters if he kicks this one. Important kick to the big fella in Mark Conway's kick one this evening. In this quarter, 30 seconds into this last quarter, he actually kicked his first goal. And now, here we go. In he comes, big Mark Conway. Kicks up, it'll be a good-looking kick. I think he's got it. The people behind the goals are happy. He's got it. They run and congratulate him. And big Mark Conway's got his second. Central District 15-7. 16-7, I should say. They lead North Adelaide, who are 14-6. This is 5CS football.
Not all crop insurance policies are the same. MGA insurance brokers have designed a crop policy to meet the special needs of the farmer, with cover not found in standard policies. To get the best value for your dollar, call your local MGA insurance broker's office for an obligation-free quote. In Port Pirie, contact Terry or Graham on 86 32 5588.
Doggy noise here, Scotty Boyers. Central District coming to attack again. Here's Tim Davis for North Adelaide defending. Watch out, there's that area again, the asphalt. He's got the old asphalt burn, but it's over in front of our commentary position. Scoreboard, Central District 16-7, 103. They lead by 13 points now for North Adelaide, 14-6-90. They've only kicked 1 point. We're at the 20-minute mark. North Adelaide want to win the game. They've got to get it up the other end of the ground. Here it comes, Central District full of running. Out it comes away of Morton now. Morton gets it towards centre wing. Playing back there is Cotter, and Cotter gets a footy in front of Troy Lehman or Damien Squire. Damien Squire is out of bounds once again, right on the wing in front of Central District's hierarchy, who would be pretty happy at this stage of finish full of running. They didn't look too good in the second and third quarters, but all due credits to them. Up it goes now, a bit of a shove out there. The big fella in there for North Adelaide is Carberry's on the ground to provide fresh legs. Oh, little Cook got a kick around the corner though for Central District. Oh, it's bounced the wrong way for the North Adelaide defender. He could be gone. No, he doesn't. Gets it out beautifully. Here's Steinberner's burning in the last half. Goes in towards Hollett and also Conway. Hollett will take the defensive mark. No play on, calls the umpire. Oh, here it comes to Timmy Cook. He loves these. Oh, unselfish football. Great play over the top, and she'll be another goal to Cotton. And Cotton kicks the goal right down there. That's it. She's all over, said Red Rover. And another good goal there by Central Districts. Unselfish team play by Timmy Cook. Got it into the centre of the player in there in Chambers. Chambers got a little handball over the top to Jared Cotton, and he popped through his third. Great play, the Doggies. They moved to 17-7, 109, leading North Adelaide 14-6, 90. 19 points now to the Bulldogs' 22-minute mark.
22 minutes at Freddie Seddon, looks all over Red Rover. And here's the ball to be bounced back in the centre of the ground. Humphreys puts it into the air, taken there by Peck. Here's a chance for Coffey. Coffey handballs it out neatly to McGowan. McGowan back towards centre half forward, but taking a good mark there is Davis. Davis at centre half back. Who will I give it to? Going straight down the centre of the ground. There's the kick, looking for a teammate, but it's the big centre half forward there in Sanford. Gets it across to a teammate in Morton. Oh, should have been a mark to North Adelaide. Here's a chance for them through Squire. Squire onto the left boot, but a ball has been marked there by Lee, by the look of things, at centre half back. Lee comes around onto the right boot, brings the ball right across goal, finds a teammate. Cook. Onto the left foot is Cook. Up there, and Coffey is up. Can't mark the ball, brings it down. Here's a chance for Steinberner. He's been in everything. He picks it across to a teammate there, sends it down towards centre half forward, and the ball has been marked, and a good mark has been pulled in by Chambers. Chambers has lifted himself since coming on. Chalmers it is. There's the ball towards full forward, coming out as Cotton. Can't mark the ball. Picked up here, this time by Cotton, onto the right boot, bang towards goal, and across. Is it 1 point or out of bounds? 1 point it is. So Centrals move on to 17-8, 110, and North Adelaide 14 goals, 6. A good lead to Centrals in the final quarter here. About 24 minutes have gone in the final quarter.
Rod Saunders has got it. North Adelaide want to get it down there in pretty quickly. He kicks it out to Morton. Morton's got it well. It's all over. There's no doubt about that. A great game of footy witnessed by a huge amount of fans. He goes towards Gerke. Gerke turns around. Oh, well done, Coffey. Cheers, he played a good last quarter. Grant Coffey or what? And so is this chap, Steinberner. Got a bit of dash. Goes in towards forward. Mark Hollett's under pressure back there, and Tim Davis. Good mark, Tim Davis. And he's got the mark. Half-back flank for the Roosters. He's going to switch it right across the ground, is he? They don't know what to do at the moment. Up they go. Gets it towards the player there in Kellett. And Graham Kellett got the mark. Oh, somebody's hurt himself too. That's Steinburner, I think. Yes, it is. Steinburner's hurt himself, but he's up and he's all right. And he'll be drinking the champagne. He goes wide now, that player in Kellett. Goes towards the player there in Wintle. Only just come on. Wintle goes towards Jeffries and also Sanford. Sanford couldn't mark. Good defence back there by the doggies. That's Geister. Geister got it towards centre half back looking for Jew. Jew can't get it though. North Adelaide come in through Lehman. Oh, he's hotly pressed. And the umpire will say it was held to him once again. But it was terrific play. And here's Steinburner coming off for Jimmy Wine. Great play in this quarter by Steinburner. Done terrific things. And Central District have finished full of running. Centrals have kicked 7 goals, 1 in this quarter to no score. Well, 1 point, in fact, to the Roosters. Just about all over here at Memorial Oval, Port Pirie, but I tell you what, there'll be some disappointed North Adelaide fans, but they've played particularly well tonight. They're still without a few of their playmakers, as well as Central District, of course, and Central District will come out on top this evening. The umpire has grabbed it, and that player is Richard Williams. Put it down. Siren can't be far away. You'll hear the roar when it does go by the doggy supporters. Here's Gerke. Also down there's Cotter. Cotter got it over. They're finishing full of running. Here's Timmy Cook's had a good last quarter. He goes over the top there also. Now to his teammate. Goes towards Conway's mark on his chest. No, he hasn't. Play on called the umpire.
No,
oh, he's given a free kick.
Free kick.
Well, there you go.
Free
What
kick.
goes round comes round, and a free kick goes to big Mark Conway after good play by Timmy Cook and also Stuart Jew. And Central Districts will win this game, and in the end, on the scoreboard, will win it reasonably well. But it's been a hard slog all night for them. But they've just shown their class. They're running football in the last quarter, and that's when it counts. You don't win games by leading at half-time. Big Conway coming in for his third. Up she goes. No doubt about it. The goal umpire bends the neck and says, 2 fingers, thank you. Another one to the doggies. 116, finishing all over the top of North Adelaide, who are 14-6-90. We're 27 minutes into this game. That is Mark Conway's 3rd goal. And it was good play there by the running players of Cook and also Stuart Jew through the centre, delivered beautifully to Conway. He didn't let his teammates down. Good mark on the lead and kicked a good goal.
It's an 8-goal last quarter to Central Districts. They're 26 minutes into the final quarter as umpire Humphreys puts the ball down. Up goes Coffey. There goes Coffey, gets the tap down at Central Districts, going through once again. Interrupted though by North Adelaide. Here's a chance now for Centrals. Can they pick it up? A good play here, this time by Steinburner. Picked up here by Chalmers it is. Gets it across to a teammate in green. Here's a chance now for Centrals. 2 of them fighting. Picked up here by Jew. Jew swings the ball back towards centre half forward. Coffey is up there, and Coffey has been one of the big reasons why they've got themselves in front in this final quarter. A good move by Wright. Put him into full forward, and the big fella has done really well in this last quarter.
He certainly has. Grant Coffey started in the ruck at the start of the quarter and has run around and run right, and their running players are getting back into it now. Big Grant Coffey's kicked plenty of these in his time, and there's another one. If you didn't think it was over then, it is now. 19-8, 122. North Adelaide 14-6-90. Central District doing extremely well, and that is Grant Coffey's 2nd goal for this evening, and they're spreading it around now. Great play by the doggies in this last quarter. 9 goals won to North Adelaide's 1 behind, and gee, we have witnessed a good game of footy all the same. A little bit disappointing by the Roosters this quarter. They've fallen in a complete heap. Anyway, back in the centre once again. Umpire Williams, I think it is, once again to put the bounce down. Bang, down it goes. All but siren time. Here's Coffey once again, gets a tap. He's best player in this quarter by a mile. Here's Scotty Stevens. Little toe poke with the right foot. Oh, they're running right, Central District. They look like scoring another one. Here's Cotter, gets a little hand out towards Gurdam. Gurdam to Wine. Wine to Stevens. Stevens, if he can get around this player, will run on goal. No, he can't. Well done back there by the player in Wintle. Oh, here's Wine. Good little one to Green, and a free kick will go to Scotty Stevens, though. And the the player infringing on that occasion was Kellett. Here's Stevens now. Central District look very dangerous. He's going to pick out somebody. Who's this? That's not Coffey over there again, is it? Play on called the other. Here's Phillips. Hadn't been sighted in this last quarter. And then again, no North Adelaide player has. Gerke got down to Davis. Davis tried to get some rain for us farmers. Goes high. In towards Central District's half-back position now. Beautiful hands. They're playing well. Here's Scotty Lee with experience. Over to another experienced one in Wine. Can they get another goal and make it agony for the North Adelaide supporters as Wine goes into what's centre half forward? But the player there is Davis. And Tim Davis, who's done well in this last quarter, my word, has been down there often enough. He should have got a couple of touches and he will relieve the pressure for the Roosters, but it's far too late. He goes into Gerke, another good player for the Roosters, but you can't pick out the best players for the Roosters in this last quarter because there hadn't been too many. He goes towards centre half forward. Big shove out there, but the umpire said it's okay, and it's a mark back there to the player in Geistar. There it is. All over as a siren sound. Central District victorious. A great game of footy by them in that last quarter, and they finished way over the top. They kicked 9 goals, won in that last quarter, and that is 19 goals, 8. 122 as the Bulldogs theme song blares out. North Adelaide kicked 1 point, 14-6-90. This is 5CS football.
Hi, this is Grant Meredith with a sneak preview of some of the great music we'll be featuring in Living in the 70s.